Welcome to episode 39 of the Be Unfiltered podcast. I'm your host, Brittany, here with my co-host.
Ivy.
It's been a really long time since we recorded. It was July. It's
Well, no, we
September.
recorded.
Oh, that's right. We did record in Mexico.
Yeah.
Still, we hadn't recorded since July, and it was September when we recorded. That's the problem. Or was it? No, it was August. It was August.
Yeah.
But yeah. So it's been a little while since y'all heard from us. But like the beginning of the last podcast, it was gonna be really good, but
yeah, it was.
God blocked it. So how about we run back a little bit of that? Give me some reflection on turning 35.
35. I don't know. Like, I was drunk, so I don't know what I could have said or anything like that.
But you're not drunk anymore, so you can think of something else.
I'm not, but I feel like my thoughts flow better when I got a little alcohol in my system.
Okay.
But I would say 35 is like a very personal year for me. There's a lot I want to accomplish this year, personally and business wise. So I'm kind of excited about turning 35. Like at first I was like, I don't know about 35. Like I feel like I'm getting a little older. Like it's pushing 40, not really feeling it. But I was like, you know what? Like embrace it. So I'm embracing it, and I love myself a lot. Like I've been through a lot. Last year and even previous years. So this year is personal for me. So I'm gonna try to make the best of this 35th.
That's good. I mean, I think that's a fair reflection. Sounds like you're trying to come at 35 hard. So
I am. I'm coming for it hard because I'm trying to get back everything the devil stole from me. So
listen, and some more. Still some extra bad.
Exactly.
And as y'all know, I moved to Texas. I've been here officially 5 weeks now, so I'm still adjusting. It's cool. I don't have a lot of friends. I have like one friend here and then like 2 half friends that I just met. So we'll see how that goes. Just trying to adjust, get a social circle, but a little family community out here. But I'm having to go back to Virginia so much for various things that it's hard because it's like every other weekend I'm either here or there. So I'm back and forth, and it's a lot. I'm not going to lie. So, yeah, just trying to kind of figure out that stuff has been a lot on me, but I'm here. I'm making it. And I'm looking forward to the fall is about to start. I'm looking forward to fall in Texas because it has been 90 degrees every day for the past 5 weeks. And I'll take 80. I'll take 80. I love the heat. If you know me, y'all hear me complain about the winter, the snow, all of that. I don't really have to worry about that so much here. But I'm ready for it to come down a little bit. Like, y'all don't have to give me like 60s, but I'll take the 80s. I'll take a good 75, 78 degree day. But that's what I moved here for, is to have that nicer weather longer. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. It's really weird that we're entering fall and it's still 90 degrees outside. So I'm very much
it's starting to cool off here, so
it's not here at all. It was
different, so
it's way different. Like it's just, I think for the next, let me look at the weather. Today the high was 81, and then for the next several days, oh wait, I'm looking at DC. I lied. Today the high was 94. And for the next several days, tomorrow is going to be 97. It's going to be really hot tomorrow. This might be one of the hotter days it's been since I moved here, so I might not be leaving out the house tomorrow. But then for the next several days, it's going to be in the mid to high 80s. So okay, we're coming down a little bit. I can deal with that. But yeah, I'm just kind of adjusting, trying to build my new little village here, and just get used to like all of that, making new friends and stuff like that. So it's been cool. We'll see how it plays out. I'm looking forward to it. Somebody asked me, was I staying for a long time? And I'm like, I mean, it's only been 5 weeks. Like, I don't really, I didn't move out here to just, move right back. So hopefully, yeah, but we'll see. So, otherwise, anything new with you? Anything exciting going on?
No, not really.
Anything of note?
Y'all know, I'm pretty boring. I don't do much. I stay in the house. I work from home, so I'm always in the house unless I have to go to the grocery store or something like that. So I mean, I don't have anything like exciting going on. Like I'm planning to come to Houston next month to visit you.
Yes, cannot wait, y'all. Like, all I be like is when my best friend come visit, my best friend come visit, my best friend, they be like, bitch, who is this friend? And when she hurry up and come visit,
right.
But that's all I say. When my best friend
come, I want to come back, like,
and that's fine because you.
No.
I was gonna say that's fine because you can work from home, so you can just come here. You can chill out for a whole week. We can make it a whole week. But like I will say, I've been way more active on like the social party scene than what like I'm comfortable with. Like in DC, I don't really think it counts because I used to be out and about, and it was just. I knew the DJs, I knew the promoters. It wasn't like it wasn't going out to me. It's like hanging out with my friends, in like a social environment. And then here, it's like, no, I be out, and I don't like it, y'all. Like I know that like I am such a homebody. Somebody was like, "Oh, you're always out," and I'm like, "Cause I only post when I'm out. Like y'all don't be seeing me when I'm at the house, like in the bed. I be in the bed by 9:30, like for real." So it's like it's really funny how social media, like, portrays an image of people and they think like, oh, that's how you really are, like that must be really what you're like, and I'm like, exactly. I'm actually nothing like that.
When people fail to realize you only post what you
want to post,
I'm not want people to see, like,
and on top of
the
it,
ins and outs, the day to day.
No, not at all. So I'm just very much like, I'm ready for you to come visit. I'm ready for my friends to come visit. The guest room is set up. We are in the guest room, so it is ready for y'all. Yes, that's the bed. And it's ready. The sheets is clean. The linens are fresh. We ready. And I do have, like, this room is interesting because it's my office, it's my workout room, and it's also my guest room. So I'm making good use of the space. I did get my Peloton finally. I have been talking about making this purchase for probably almost a year now, and I finally did it. And I have been dealing with like some health things, so I haven't had the energy to use it. I've used it twice, and I've had it for 2 weeks, so I'm kind of ashamed. But that's once a week, so I guess that's something.
I mean, but it's in your house, so
and I'm gonna
time to use it.
I know, and I'm like, as soon as I start feeling better, I was like, and my body feels like I have energy and stuff again, I'm gonna use it regularly. Like I'm so ready, but I am down to like, I think maybe 4 pounds away from my first goal weight, which not even my first goal weight. It's kind of like my goal weight. Like I think, like once I get there, I just want to like tone. So I'm only 4 pounds from that, and that's with minimal working out. So I'm like, I'm right. I'm doing okay. Like it's cool. So so life is good in Texas. Life is good with you. Everything's straight.
Yeah, life's good.
But then let's get into this social buzz segment then, sis, because we got plenty of things to talk about because they've been acting up out here since we've been away. So first, let's get into Karen Civil. Let's just get there. Sis is scamming. And I'm saying that as a fact. It's not a question mark at the end. There's a period. Sis is scamming.
It's an exclamation point.
Actually, explanation point. Do you want to give a little backstory? Do you want me to give backstory? You were telling me a little bit about like how the Jessie Woo situation came about, but I know Cameron was like the first one to kind of call her out.
Yeah, I'm not sure about the whole Cameron situation. I don't even think I recall him calling her out.
I actually do. So probably like 3 or 4 years ago, he called her out basically saying she took some money from them. I think she was like supposed to be managing them or doing some sort of like she does like brand management kind of stuff. I think she like connects people with people, like basically saying like, I have the contacts at this company, I can connect you with them and you get you an endorsement or get you like a some sort of like deal or whatever, not like a music deal or anything, but like some sort of like brand deal, I think. So basically she he called her out, and this was back when Cameron and Dipset was really popping. So we're not talking about like the Cameron and Dipset we saw at Versus, which was a travesty, which we did not talk about. That happened while he was gone. That was a travesty. Shout out to Jadakiss. But we're not talking about that Dipset. We're talking about the height of Dipset when I think Cameron was probably still living in New York and still probably on the come up or whatever. So yeah, he made some accusations against her about defrauding him out of some money or defrauding all of them out of some money. And fast forward to recently, I think this year or last year, Jessie Woo had a situation with her that leads to the court case. But you can give the background before the court case happened.
Okay, so from my understanding, Karen's team had reached out to Jessie and her team. Basically,
Who is Jessie? Because I didn't even know about her until this.
I think she's a singer.
Okay, see,
because if I recall,
Somebody told me she was a comedian. Hold on, let me look.
Yeah, she's like a comedian. I think she's
a singer, actress, and jokester. She'd be on Wild 'N Out, it says.
Yeah, she do. Yeah.
Okay, so
and that's why I said she was singing, because when I see her on Wild 'N Out, she be singing. So that's why
you know what? That's where I know her from. I do know her from there. Okay, I never knew what her name was. Okay, yeah, I recognize her face then. Okay.
Yeah. So basically, basically Karen and her team like had reached out to Jessie, trying to book her for an event. They were like saying like, oh, like you're gonna be like on a panel with Sierra, and then they later came back and said that she would be on a panel with Trina, Rockstar, Instagram name or whatever, but y'all know Trina, so the rapper or whatever. And Jessie apparently like really like has a really close relationship with Trina, so she was like, okay, cool, yeah, like I'll do it, whatever. Like they sent her all the details. Come to find out, it was a fake event. Like it was something that was supposed to be like posted on like Facebook or whatever. And they were saying like, like you'll be doing this. This is your part in it. This and this and that. And I think it was kind of like trying to get her image and get her out there into the
brand management. Yeah, like brand management.
And so she had to put up some money and stuff like that for it as well. So come to find out, it was a fake event. It didn't exist. Like the company and organization that was supposed to be hosting it wasn't even real. So it ended up going to court.
And that's when she sued. That's when she went on Twitter, right? And said that she went on Twitter against Karen and said that Karen was a liar, a thief, blah, blah, blah. And Karen then booked her again through a fake company to serve her with paperwork for like defamation and libel, slander, all that kind of whatever term it is they use in particular court in that particular jurisdiction. But basically used it as a way to serve her papers. And just recently, I think as of last week, Jessie won. The judge pretty much came out and said that it was a motion to strike Karen's complaint, basically saying that she didn't have any basis for her complaint. Basically saying the defamation case was struck. The false light case, the defamation per se, the infliction. Oh, they had her with IED. Okay, intentional infliction of emotional distress. I ain't seen that shit since law school. Karen said, okay, Karen lawyers came with it. And then unjust enrichment. So I guess the unjust enrichment must be tied to saying like by tying her name to Karen's name, it gave Karen is a fucking slimy little bitch for that, because that's really slimy. Because I think I understand what unjust enrichment is, it's like basically she came up in a way that she should have been allowed to, and it sounds to me like what Karen was trying to say was that by attaching your name to my name, you got more light than what you should have. You've got more attention, and so therefore you probably in some type of way got more money, and you were enriched unfairly. You shouldn't have been allowed to do that, but whatever. That's a slimy ass little claim, but
and the crazy thing about this whole Karen Civil thing, like I think she's supposed to be Haitian. Jessie Wu, I believe, is Haitian, or at least has Haitian, descent within her. And then like this recent claim, this lady from Haiti has called Karen out too. So it's like you going against your own people. Like, I mean, whether regardless they Haitian or not,
them be the ones.
You going against your black people. Like, really?
Them be the ones you got to watch out for. But then Joyner Lucas ends up coming out after Jessie saying basically same thing, something like $30,000 or $60,000. He had receipts. He had the contracts. He had the money that he paid, everything, and pretty much saying like it outlawed the scope of her services. And Karen tried to come back and say like, oh well, the $60,000 or whatever, I spent it on getting you on the radio. He was like, I was already on the radio. I was already doing like basically, I guess some sort of payola, maybe something like that. And so he was like, I was already doing that. He was like, so I didn't need that. Like that's not what you said you was going to do. So did you tap into any of the Clubhouse stuff? I did a little bit.
I didn't, because I had deleted the Clubhouse app off my phone like months ago.
Yeah, I don't think I have it.
Like I should have kept it.
Well, I just looked at like clips. I didn't actually go into Clubhouse.
Okay, yeah, well, yeah, I did hear I did hear the clips that had been posted on the blogs or whatever.
So I think that Nipsey Hussle's manager, Keita, right? She's the one who had hosted the room.
Yeah.
First, shout out to her, because apparently she's hosted the largest Clubhouse room ever in the history of Clubhouse. But it's sad because clearly mess sells, so that's what got her that attention, unfortunately. But basically she hosted the Clubhouse room. She invited Karen, she invited Joyner, and they had an exchange in there. Joyner went hard. Karen came back on some like chill, relax, blah blah blah.
Well, see, I didn't hear the clips with Joyner. I heard the clips against her and Jason from Hollywood Unlocked.
I didn't hear those, so you got to talk about those next. Okay. So I'm gonna talk about the Joyner Lucas ones. So the Joyner Lucas ones, basically like he was saying like you know, she took this money, blah blah blah, all this stuff to pay all the stuff that I was talking about before, and saying like basically you didn't do what you said you was gonna do with the money, and I never heard from you. Once I started calling you, asking you like what's good, you had an attitude, blah blah blah. So he was like, basically, he was afraid to speak up until now. He was like, now I feel like I'm established enough in the industry that I can say something and speak out against her without it like coming to like bite me in the ass, basically. So she comes back like chill, relax, like blah blah blah. She don't really say nothing. Like she don't really have a response. She says something about like the radio stuff and all that. She don't really have a whole lot to say. It's actually really really stupid. I hope she feels ashamed of herself because it didn't really sound very anything that I would say is trustworthy or believable.
Yeah. She be talking in circles.
She did. Yes, that's exactly what it was. She was talking in circles. So I know a little bit about the Jason Lee Hollywood Unlocked thing, but what exactly is the deal behind that?
So with that, like I think so when he had when he first started like the whole Hollywood Unlocked page or whatever, I don't know what beef they had exactly going on at the time, but basically she paid someone like this teenager to get his Instagram page taken down. And then, you know, she goes on Clubhouse and admitted that she did. Like she admitted that she, you know, had this young guy do that or whatever. And so it was just like, wow, so you admit to this and you would do something as trifling as this. Like you basically admitting that you created a crime. To me, because, you know, it's like, you like hacking. Like you had this young man hack someone's page and had it taken down. Like, come on. Like,
and and they said that she did the same thing to Roland somebody. It's like Roland Ray or something.
Oh yeah, the dude that's in a wheelchair.
Yeah, the one that's in a wheelchair basically said that Nicki Minaj hired her to have Roland Ray's page taken down too. So like basically they're saying that Karen is known for being the person that you contact when you want somebody's shit taken down. Like she's so connected in the industry that she can just do that, and people are scared to speak out against her.
Yeah, and if you notice, like, so I've been getting like really all of my tea from Hollywood Unlocked because Jason, he
don't care. Jason don't care. Yeah.
But if you notice, like Baller Alert, Jasmine Brand, The Shade Room, they're really not posting.
What is it? The neighborhood one, whatever that neighborhood one is.
Yeah,
I can't think of what it's called. Yeah.
Like they're really
the only one is the Shade Room that
posted
about it, and it's like they're posting it from more like.
She's defending herself. Not as far as like, oh, what she's done.
Right.
So that's like,
it makes you think. Like it's funny how
she
y'all
got
be
them on payroll. Like, but it makes sense.
It does.
Because even Meek Mill was like, that she did the same thing to him. Like she was like paying these blogs to put out these negative stories about him. And it's like, everybody ain't lying on you, Karen. Like, come on.
You know when I was the most upset, because I've never been a huge fan of Karen's, I knew somebody that kind of knew her back in the day, and I don't know, like I don't really know what happened there, but I just didn't hear good things, and so
she never really sat right with me.
Yeah, me neither. But I was so pissed when I found out she planned Nipsey's funeral. Yes. I was pissed. I was like, of all the fucking people. So basically they say that what happened was, I'm like, well, what is she? Like, she's not even an event planner. And they're like, basically, they hired her because they said she did send them a bill. They hired her to pretty much get in place all the people that needed to get the people they wanted there in place. So like if they wanted the best event planner in all of Hollywood, she knew the connections to get that person there to plan it. If they wanted this talent and that talent, and they wanted these particular vendors for whatever, like she was the person that could connect everybody with everybody. So she's like a dot connector, essentially, like a person that can just like put people in touch with the people you need to be put in touch with. And I'm like, you hollering and screaming how sad you are, how Nipsey's your brother and stuff, but you charging a bill.
Right.
Like that was weird to me. I have another friend that I have recently met, and she's like in the music industry actually. She writes, and she was saying how she had some dealings with Karen and how they tried to kind of play her, where like they tried to hire her but weren't trying to let her know what the fee that they were going to pay her was. And they were like basing it off of some really like abstract shit, some stuff that you really couldn't like, how do you actually put numbers to that, right? And so she just ended up not doing it. And she said that she, you know, having been in the industry, lived in LA, lived in New York, she was just like, she didn't fuck with Karen because it's like well known that like, unless you are the name of names, like she don't really, like she just takes your money. And like a lot of people always are like, how did she get famous? But I don't know if y'all remember, but she ended up doing like a whole website for Lil Wayne while he was locked up in Rikers Island. So like that became like this big thing, and it's like whatever. So she can do her job when she wants to, but like she picks and chooses who she actually does work for. So she knows that certain brands and certain names she can't fuck over, but then there's others that I think she's like, fuck it, like who are you? I can take your 60 or 70 80K and keep it moving. But I don't know how true this is, but did you see the stuff where they were saying that Nipsey's manager came back saying that Nipsey had fired Karen before he passed away?
I did.
So I wonder how true that is if Lauren let her plan the funeral. Lauren just seems to me like, not let her, because I mean, I'm sure like, actually Nipsey's estate probably was very well set up. So Lauren might have been the head of his estate, the person he left in charge of all of that, because he was really smart. But I wonder like how they would allow that to happen if she truly was the person that got fired. Like I don't see them, just his family seems so real, his team seems so real, everyone around him. I can't imagine them letting her plan it knowing that like he wasn't fucking with her in his life. So why would he be trying to have her be a part of his death? So
I mean, it could have been something where no one really knew. Like no one knew that she was fired.
And he's like a real ass nigga, so he might have felt like he didn't need to go on a rant about it. It was like, I'm just not fucking with you, and like karma gonna deal with you. Because I can see Nipsey being that type of guy, kind of like, you know what, I don't need to go on no rant and talk about how, you know, you aren't this, you aren't that, when I'm just not gonna fuck with you. You're just not gonna get money with me no more. I think maybe it was a situation like that. I don't know.
Yeah, but it seems like his family don't fuck with Karen now, so that would make sense. You know, like it could have been something where they found out after the fact. I'm like, yo, you really use our brother, our son, for your own gain? Like, no.
She's so trifling. I don't like her. I just had to bring that up real quick because they've been talking.
She a Karen for real.
Literally, like her mama named her the right name.
Indeed.
But
like, why she named Karen anyway? Like.
Yeah, I don't like it. It's a very older name. Like you should not be in your 30s named Karen. It's very 60 plus is to me, but okay. Girl, I already told you about this, but let's talk about this on camera. Jeannie, Mai, and Jeezy are having a baby. And I'm just going to go ahead and say what I want to say. I'm not even going to say my opinion, but I'm just going to say I'm going to sound like a hater. Y'all say whatever y'all want to say about me during this little part right here, but I'm going to get what I got to get off. So I'm going to let you go first.
It don't sit right in my spirit. Like, it just don't sit right. And that's all I got to say. It don't sit right. Like,
I got a lot more to say.
Something, I know you do, because you feel very strongly agast them.
You know I've been talking about this since they started dating.
Like, yes. Like, it don't sit right in my spirit.
So first off, I'm going to go back to one of my core values that y'all know. There are so many black women out here. So many beautiful black women. You mean you couldn't tell me you couldn't find one? Not one black woman that you just connected with, had a vibe with, like nothing, nobody? Okay, well, let's get past that. Cool. You can't help who you love. You fall in love with who you fall in love with. You marry her. Cool. Y'all happy. All of a sudden, she starts doing things that I never seen her do before. Like, seemed like she was trying to be down like Brandy. I don't know. That won't sit right with me either. But cool, sis. You know what? You meet somebody else, they expose you to their culture, to their lifestyle. You have to embrace it if you love them, or you choose to embrace it because you love them. Cool, whatever. But guys, if you guys have watched The Real at all, if you know anything about Jeannie Mai, y'all will know that she got divorced probably like maybe 2 or 3 years ago, not very long ago, from her ex-husband because he wanted to have kids and she did not. And she made it very clear, like on the show leading up to this, I don't want to have kids. It's not something I've ever wanted to do. Like, it's not something I want to do. So, like, she talks about it. They cry all the time on The Real. She cried about it at least 78 times on the damn show. And then she comes out and says they're getting divorced because they have a difference in opinion on having children. Then her ass becomes Miss Jenkins and she pops up pregnant. No, don't like it. I'm not
And
saying.
excited about it, like, girl.
Now, I know what y'all gonna say. Oh, when a man loves you the right way, you can change your mind. You see how when somebody love you the right way? No, 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 no. Sis did not complain that her ex-husband was not loving her right. And I'm not saying that maybe she just didn't know, because what you don't know, you don't know. But the complaint was never that the relationship was bad. The complaint was that there was a difference in opinion on having a child. So for me, the big issue is that, like, so now all of a sudden you get this black husband, and all of a sudden you want to have babies, and y'all just so happy. And they tried multiple times because they had to do IVF because she had a miscarriage in March. So they had to do multiple.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so she had a miscarriage.
Okay,
Yeah, so right before, right after they got married in March, they had a miscarriage. So yeah. So for me, is it that you wanted to have a little half black, half Asian baby? Is that what are you fetishizing the Jeezy the Snowman? Are you fetishizing him? Because I really feel like I think I said this on this podcast. I feel like she's fetishizing him as a black man, and I do not like it. And I guess for me, I need to stop because I don't know the insides of their relationship. But what the hell do y'all have in common?
Right.
Does somebody make it make sense? Like, I mean, I guess, after a certain amount of time, some of the shit that maybe
like you said, she trying to be down like Brandy. Like, I feel like that's what it is, because there's no way.
It's just not giving me authenticity at all. Nothing about this feels authentic. Like, I think he probably actually is truly smitten with her, which is just like. But
he probably told her, "You gonna have my kids." So
that's another thing. I feel like he probably told her what it was. I feel like that too. I feel like he probably didn't give her an option. Not that the other man gave her an option, but I feel like she probably felt like, well, I might as well just do it because I love him so much or whatever. So my thing is that, like, congratulations to them. At the end of the day, I want them to have a healthy baby, but.
Like, that's her day, so I'm not trying to sue her. Like, I would try to find a way to sue her, because how are you gonna divorce me because I want to have kids and you don't, but then you go and marry this other man, and now all of a sudden you want kids. You dragged me through the mud for that.
That's true. That's true. Well, he has his own family now and stuff, so maybe he's happy. But
still, it's the principle.
And let me say this, that I can speak personally, because I think that I can relate to her, right? You pretty much know most of my life that I said I didn't want to have kids. Like, I've always been very much like, So for me, I'm a spoiled brat, and I want to be that way with my husband. I want to be that way with my man. I can't imagine anyone coming before me because it is me. I want to be number one. So for a long time, I looked at it as like, I don't want to be number two. But then as I'm getting older, I'm not like rushing to have kids, but I'm a little more open to it. But the funny thing is I said that if I didn't have any by 35, I was definitely not doing it. I am literally 6 months away. I'm like 1 week shy of 6 months away from being 35. And let me tell y'all, it is looking really childless out here for me. So, I mean, I get it. But it wasn't like a reason that I got into the relationship. No relationship has ever ended because of my thoughts on children. Like, I think a lot of people thought that's why my marriage ended. I've had people be like, oh, well, he really wanted kids and she didn't. No. Like, before we got married, we had that discussion. Like, man, we're both indifferent about it or whatever, whatever. Like, I think we both started being a little more open to it towards the end of the marriage or whatever. But like, now he has a kid, he's happy, whatever. But people look at it as like, once he had his kid, like, oh, that's why they broke.
Yeah.
No, that's not what happened at all, actually. So like, you could continue minding your fucking business, because that would be the best route for you. But I get that, but it's not like I got with another man. I was like, oh, I want to have kids now. It's like, no, you was dead set on TV like 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago, like, this ain't it for you. And now it's like, okay, by the way,
you like actively trying to have a child,
right? Like you had to do IVF.
It's not like it was unplanned.
Yeah, you had to do IVF. Yeah. Like, you had to go through shots and all type of hormones and all that. Like, you knew what you was doing.
Like, girl, call your ex-husband and tell him you sorry.
Apologize and say, like, you know what? Actually, by the way, but yeah, I'm happy for them. Like, I'm happy to see life being brought into the world.
Yeah, that's the only thing.
But I don't like the circumstances. But I'm not going to stay on that too long, because I'm going to sound like a real hater if I do that, and I don't want to do that.
I don't think nobody really feeling it, but
Girl, they been crazy on the comments on the blogs. Like, they've been really excited. And I've been like, am I the only grumpy ass person over here? That's why I had to tell you, because only you and a couple of my other friends are feeling me with this grumpy shit.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not feeling it. But I think we all just look at Jeezy as like the quintessential, like, ghetto man turned, like,
light, and then you got
yeah.
this little,
And then like his little corporate swag to him. And you know, that is my bag.
right.
You know, I love a good nigga that can go to work and be in the boardroom. Like, that is me all day. So for me, it's like when I think about type of man, it's like Jeezy's very attractive in that sense, and it's like
they don't even look right together. Like,
they do not. It looks very odd. I will say that
it looks forced.
It does.
It looks like it was an arranged.
It does. It
situation.
does,
Like,
and we know it wasn't. So that's the part that makes
right.
it like,
exactly. That's
worse.
the part. Like, girl, what you got between your legs? Go.
Right.
Like, what is it?
Maybe so. Then I'm not mad. She might got that L. Like, she might got
This
that.
ain't matter,
She might got that. He might not have never had nothing like that. So I'm not even mad about it. But I want to change gears. I want to talk about somebody who I think has been owning social media these past couple months, trolling the fuck out of our asses, and I'm here for it. Lil Nas X. He has been on one, and I love it. He is making people so mad with this gay agenda? What is a gay agenda? Like,
Right.
so I know y'all have been seeing this. Let's start just back to the summer when he did the sneakers with the drop of blood and the devil sneakers and all that stuff. And he trolled us so hard that he ended up getting sued by Nike and like made a joke out of it because he was willing to like risk that just to troll us and to get us pissed off and worked up, right? And just to create like some buzz around his name. And a single drops, right? So then we know this new album, I think it's called Montero or something like that. That's coming up. And in the process, he posts this snatched ass maternity picture of him with a baby bump and like a whole bead and like basically saying like he's giving birth to the album, and like it looked like he was actually pregnant as a man, like actually pregnant. And it was very interesting. And then he goes on to post like a fake tweet from Barack Obama congratulating. Oh no, he posts like some baby clothes or something and a picture saying like thank you Barack Obama, and like it was a note that was like so proud of you Lil Nas X blah blah blah.
He did do the fake tweet from Barack
He did do the
Obama
fake tweet too. Yeah. He did another fake tweet since the album has come out. Like, I love your album. It's the best album of the year. Like, he's been trolling us all the while. People like Little Boosie and the like have been getting their panties in a whole bunch. And I love it because then he did the video for Industry Baby, and it's like a football themed, like in the locker room, but they're like kissing and like there's two men kissing. It's like kind of a semi-steamy sex scene. He did the video where he was twerking on another man.
Yeah,
like
when he was on the stripper pole, he kissed the devil. Yeah.
Yes, that was right after the sneakers with the blood drop in it. Yeah, he did all of that stuff, and he's been trolling us. He showed up to the Grammys. What was it? The MTV Awards with that damn ugly ass mullet and that ugly ass outfit.
Yeah, look at
yes, yes. But like I'm loving it. I feel like he's a young kid. He can tell that pissing people off is selling albums and records for him. He is unapologetically himself, and I think that's great. I don't even know what a gay agenda is. Like, what is a gay agenda? Like, that doesn't even make sense to me. Like, what do people gain from trying to make other people turn gay? And how does like a video and like I don't understand. It just doesn't make sense to me. Like, okay, so if that's the case, then if we watch videos of people doing all good things, then it should make us want to be good people. Like, I just don't, like if we watch a video of Mother Teresa being like Mother Teresa is supposed to make us like press the agenda of being like a humanitarian. Like, it just doesn't make sense to me. Like, it's dumb. So I like it. I don't know. As a parent of a younger child, like, how do you feel about it?
I don't feel no type of way about it because honestly, like, at the end of the day, like, if you raise your children correctly, they know what's right and what's wrong. And so it's like, if my child was to see that, it'd be like, what is that? You know, like, Milana ain't gonna feed into that mess. Like, she's not like,
dancing with the devil.
Oh, I want to go, dance with the devil or
and be in a stripper pole.
Exactly. So it's like, the kid's not the issue. It's y'all grown ass adults that's the issue. Like, why are y'all taking such offense or getting so worked up about what somebody else chooses to do? Like,
I'll tell you why. Because they so mad. They are so mad.
Like, he's been trolling, and that's the thing. Like, he's been trolling even before. It's like he be trolling in the comments. Like, they just never paid attention to it because
I don't think it's that though. I think is that they're mad because he can be himself, and a lot of y'all are homosexual, a lot of y'all are bisexual, and y'all are jealous because this young man has been living his truth since right after he came out. He told y'all what time it was. He took y'all down Old Town Road, and they said, "By the way, I'm talking about some dick." So y'all are just mad because this young man has been living his authentic self. And and even if you're not gay or bisexual or whatever. How many of you can say you've been living your authentic self your whole life, or you've been living your authentic self even today in your 30s and 40s and 50s? You can't. You cannot say that. And y'all just mad. Y'all jealous. I think a lot of it is just that they're just jealous that they have not been able to live their authentic truth. And sorry to those men and women. Like,
exactly.
Whatever.
I mean, yeah. And it's like, what's the point? He ain't gonna stop. Y'all just feed into it, and he just gonna keep going. He gonna keep going harder and harder, and y'all just gonna keep getting madder and madder. Like, let this shit go. Like, if you don't feed it, it won't grow. So
that's true. Or like you said, like he gonna keep doing what he wants to do. The more y'all give him attention, the more he's gonna do it. So if you really don't care,
and if you're not checking for him, you wouldn't even know what he's doing.
That's my thing, Boosie. Do you be checking for his ass? Like, do you be looking to see what he's doing next?
You can easily just scroll up, scrolling past the post when his name is popped up or his face is popped. Like, keep scrolling.
They don't know how to do that. They don't know how to do that.
You secretly like that shit. Like, you trying to figure out how you can
do it. Can you get some? Like, that's what you're trying to figure out. Is he passing it out because you want some?
Right, and he making so much money off of this because y'all
yep.
into it. Like,
yeah,
but it's funny. Like,
I think it's funny as shit. Like, I be so weak. I love it. Like, I live for it. I love it so much.
And I just don't understand, like, when he does like big like trolling things like this, like he's just promoting his music. And
every time it's something to do with his music, every single time. So I might listen to the album.
They be like, let's go see what he got to say, what he gonna do this time.
Right. Y'all know back in the end of 2019, I told y'all Panini was my shit. I think I'm gonna listen to the album because Panini was my shit back in the 2019. And I was like, remember I told y'all that. Y'all remember the episode when I told y'all that. So you was drunk, so you might not remember. You and Kaz was drunk. But, I was drunk too. But, yeah.
Well, let me know how it is because I don't plan on listening. So
okay, I might just listen just to see. And then also, it might just be some, if you like get the edited version, it might be some stuff you can listen to with Milan because that's some TikTok songs and stuff. That's what they be liking. Girl, I had a whole little, I was gonna be the best godmom ever. They had a whole like social media kit when I was in Marshall's the other day, and it was like it had the phone stand, the LED lights, the ring light, everything, so she could just make her TikTok video.
Oh yeah, girl, she would love that.
The line was so long. I left my stuff. I don't know what's up with the Marshalls and TJ Maxx's here, but there's only there's 4 or 5 of them. But they're all super big. Y'all know Texas is huge. I mean, Houston is huge. But they're so busy. That whole long line that be down there, it was filled. Then it went down that way and then curved around the store. I said no. Girl, so I left it. So I'm gonna try to go back early. Yes, I'm gonna try to go back early. One morning and get her that kit because I was like, I would be the best godmom ever. Because she gonna have a little thing to hold her phone. She gonna have the ring light. She gonna have the LED strips. It's gonna be
my ring light. Girl,
okay, yes, I'm gonna get her this kit.
Sometimes, but no, that's not true.
I'm gonna get her this kit because I was so excited about it. I had a rug for me and I had that for her, and I was so pressed. I'm gonna be the best BB ever. And then the blind was like, I'm not doing it. So I gotta go back, but I gotta get that. But I want to move on to our last social buzz topic because I have never cared. I won't say never, but I have not cared for this woman for so long. She grinds my gears, and it is time that we call her ass to the front of the congregation. Miss Brittany Renner, Bundle and Brittany. I want to just talk a little bit about how I was first introduced to her. Probably 5, 6, 7 years ago. She was a social media influencer that made it look like she was thick. She probably was my size, right? And she went down to the body that y'all see now. She made us think that it was from working out. She was one of the first ones that I remember on social media that had me thinking, all I gotta do is go to the gym and I can look like her. And not saying that it's not possible, but y'all know that the way her body looks now, that's really not possible without a little bit extra something help, right? So she literally was my size, full face, all of that. She looked like a typical mixed girl or whatever. I think her mom's white, her dad's black. And I was following her page and everything. But then over the time, it started becoming more and more sexual. she would have on workout clothes, but it was always like the booty part was hanging out at the bottom. It was just becoming more and more sexual to the point that I was just like, okay, yeah, like this is no longer about fitness, and it's definitely more about like selling sexuality. So I started unfollowing her, and she started becoming more popular after that because guys started following her because she was selling booty and titties, basically. So she completely got away from the whole fitness shit, and now she's just an influencer, celebrity dater, whatever. But y'all probably heard of her, Bundle of Brittany Renner. I think she wrote a book talking about the guys that she fucked, very super headish. Colin Kaepernick, I think, flew her out one time and then never flew her back or something. Like, she's been around the industry. She's gotten fucked and she's sucked some celebrities, rappers, NFL, NBA, whatever. She's been around. So, sis, and she's not our sis. That woman, that lady, that thought, she gets pregnant by PJ Washington. And now PJ Washington, he's a NBA player, and I think he plays for, I know he went to UK. I don't know who he plays for. Oh, no. I do. He plays for the Hornets, and he's young. He's like, I think now he's like 22, 23 years old, and Brittany is like 29, 30 years old. So, let's just do a little bit of math. Sis been probably like, if you put back to like his age of being like 18, 17, like those years, she was probably plotting on him for some time. And it's a little nasty. It doesn't feel good. It gives me a little bit of like, because I think she knows that no nigga her age is stupid enough to fuck her with no condom. Like, they're not that dumb. Like, you're a literal, like, Instagram hoe. And so, y'all, he gets got. They was posting family pictures 6 months ago. Not even 6 months. Probably literally like 4 months ago. Oh, bitch, let me go to Google. What? No. Maybe engaged.
Maybe planning to be married.
Wait, let me see. PJ and Brittany. Hold on, wait. Okay. So yeah, they've been saying, look like situation. So they were saying that basically she's been accused of grooming him. She's been sharing images of herself. Oh, she was actually at his high school games back when he was 18.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So she's not even just making it seem like it.
So you were on the right path, yeah.
Wow. Ooh, she's nasty. So yeah, basically, I don't really know if they were engaged or what. Anyways, so before I go on, y'all know Brittany been posting crazy videos about her thoughts on relationships and like going to therapy, and she always like this super anime, like, oh my god, blah, 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 oh my god, blah, 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 and like, you guys are so crazy, and like she does these different voices and like all this extra shit. She's really fucking animated, and it's like fucking creepy. And I can't stand her. So she gets pregnant. She has a baby by this man. The baby's 1 to 2 months old. They're posting family photos. Next thing we know, she dipped on PJ. Did she cheat or did she just dip?
I don't know. That's the part I'm trying to figure out. I think she just dipped.
I think she just dipped and was like, okay, I got me a check, in the words of, what is his name? Young Thug. And she kept it fucking moving. And basically, PJ really loved her, it seems like. PJ really thought it was going to be a family. And he made a very young 22, 23-year-old nigga mistake. You tried to turn a hoe into a housewife. And we've been hearing this our whole lives. It doesn't typically work out for you like that. And that goes for men and for women. You cannot turn a person that's for the streets into a person that is your life partner. It doesn't normally work out like that, because if they're for the streets, they're going to want to always be in said streets. So you need to leave them there, because Future would do that. And we know Future is the king of leaving somebody where he found them. Yes. So we as toxic as Future is, he has a lot to give to the world, because
a lot of things to learn from him.
Sometimes you need to leave somebody where you found them. If you found them in the streets, they may be for the streets. Not all of us. Sometimes people might find me in the streets, but I'm not for the streets. I just like to be in them. I like to dip and dabble in them a little bit. I'm not for them. So, back to Brittany and PJ. Nasty. Brittany, you're nasty. You're a bad person. You use them for a check. If it was anybody else, I would kind of say I'm not mad. if it was like a girl that was his age or something or whatever, I would be like, okay, I get it. But like, girl, not you can't get nobody your age to fuck you and get pregnant and come up on a check that way. Girl, you couldn't even get Future to get you pregnant because he gets everyone pregnant.
Right.
Like, you couldn't even like get a Future. Like, oh, he passed out babies. Like, it's nothing. So you couldn't get Future to get you pregnant. So you went out here to this nigga. And you got him when you could. You're literally so getting, like he's not. You're literally were allowing him to put him on your payroll. That's all you were looking for, is to get a check.
Yeah.
And so since y'all, she's dipped. She's made several videos. One of the videos she said was she is excited for him to find somebody else. She wants him to find someone. She wants that person to be with her kid. She's okay with them posting the kid. She's like, please take him off my hands. I don't want him anymore. Like, just basically shitting on him altogether, saying basically like, yeah, no, he's not for me, and I don't really give a fuck. Y'all, they even broke up all of like a month and a half. And I'm not saying that like you can't be over somebody, but she's very animated with it, like very clear, like, yeah, I don't give a fuck about him at all. So it makes me feel like she never cared to begin with. She just wanted to carry the baby and keep it moving. PJ seems, from what I can tell from social media and what the blogs are saying, he's actually legitimately hurt, and he thought that was like his wife. They were going to have a family. I don't know, Ivy. Like, I hate her, so I'm not good to talk.
I don't even know how I don't even know how I was introduced to her. Like, because I had been following her for a while. Like, for like a couple years. I don't know how. Like, I don't think it had anything to do with fitness. I don't know what, like, drew me to her page or anything like that. But from what I can see, like, she's always been, like, overly sexual. Like, she sexualizes her body and everything like that. And then, like, when she talks, she sounds like a fucking airhead. So it's like, who is taking you seriously? Like, why would anyone take her seriously?
Not our king Colin Kaepernick flying her out. Not our king.
I didn't know that.
Yes, not our king.
I'm disappointed.
Not our biracial king flying her out. I said, it's so much woke vagina out here. That's all that is not crazy. I'm glad he got him some nesting now, because I don't think he's gonna make any type of mistakes no more. But not our biracial king. No.
Yeah.
No.
And I mean, she's always said that
she don't give a fuck about. She's always told us she don't give a fuck about these niggas.
Yeah,
she
said that niggas in the NBA and the NFL are the dumbest niggas. Mm-hmm. So she was clearly plotting on this young man.
Very much.
Why he ain't have somebody in his life to be like, nah, bro, this ain't what you want.
What I'm thinking is,
okay, me a little bit
let me paint a picture. I won't even use her, right? Let's just use us. We are who we are, right? We're not celebrities, and we're not the baddest girls in the world, but we are who we are, right? Imagine a nigga following you. They've been following us for a few years, right? And to them, regular nigga, we're regular women. We're not no celebrity women, but they're like following us. They're like, damn, she's beautiful. Like, I would do anything for a chance. Like I would do anything. And you give them a little signal that, okay, men are not good about thinking about, okay, is this a good idea? All they're thinking is like, damn, one of my like fantasy girls is interested in me. Like, of course. And then you go show your homies. They gonna be like, oh yeah, definitely. Like, whatever.
She's supposed to be a smash and pass.
Definitely. And I'm not saying that we're the same, but I'm saying that you can imagine if a guy finally gets a chance with us. I complain about this all the time. Like, niggas will finally get a chance and then they act fucking weird. And I'm like, why? And you'll be like, well, they be getting nervous. They be getting intimidated. No, don't be fucking weird. So I think it's similar. Like, imagine this is this Instagram girl. Every nigga wants her. Like, okay, within, they're attracted to her. It's not a lot of regular ass men that's gonna turn her down. You can call her a hoe, whatever, and say you wouldn't hit or whatever. But if she was trying to fuck you was gonna fuck her. Like, I don't care what these niggas say. But the issue is that somebody our age, a basketball player our age, a LeBron James, KD, somebody like that, James Harden, fine ass. Speaking of Harden, I moved here too late because he's not here no more. But anyways, James Harden or something, they gonna go to their bros and they gonna be like, nigga, not her. But this nigga's 22, 23. They gonna be like, damn, yeah, bro. Like, that's what's up. He
could get some older niggas in the league.
Like, but they might not be his friends. You know what I'm saying? He's probably friends with people more his age. I really think that they probably know him, but those not probably like his bros, like nobody that he's tight with like that. So he's probably more conversing with he might talk to them more about business or something. He probably not talking to them about bitches. Like, they got their own stuff going on is what I'm guessing. Because think about it, we have friends in all different, areas of our life, but I don't necessarily talk to, I don't want to say, because my work friends that I have now are my real legitimate friends, but if I make new work friends today, which would be, the NFL, the NBA guys to him, I'm not going to go talk to them about the new guy that I'm dating, but I would definitely come to you and, like, Abby, I'm talking to this guy, blah, blah, blah. So I think that's the thing, is that maybe he did have them as mentors about, like, the league and about business and stuff, but he might not have had them to confide in them like that. So I think he was confiding in people that probably was like, yeah, bro, do that. And then he might probably tell his parents, think about it. She probably just popped up one day pregnant. That's probably when they probably found out she was pregnant, was when she just popped up at the house one day. And it was probably like, this hoe? Like, so, I mean, they probably don't even know who she is, but now I'm sure they probably quickly figured it out. But, you know what I'm saying? Like, this hoe? So I think that's the issue, is that, like, she got a young man. She knew she wasn't about to get no man our age to do anything but smash and pass. And that is it. Can you imagine that being, like, how men think of you, as like a hit that and just toss it? Like, I can't even imagine men thinking of me that way. That just,
no. I mean, we also don't put ourselves out there like that either. Mm-hmm. Like, I feel like she portrayed that, though, and especially being that she was, rotating around the fucking league and in the industry. Like, I feel like she just put herself out there. She put that image out there of herself.
And my thing is, how you out here having sex with these rich niggas and you still look cheap? I can't stand a cheap looking bitch.
Yes.
Like, even when I would see her page come up on, like, not the Explore page at the time, but like different little, whatever it was back then, because I haven't looked at her page in a long time, but I told you I followed her a long, long time ago. So whatever was out then, the Explore page, I would see her shit pop up and I would go look and I'm like, you still look cheap, bitch. Like, you still, like, your shoes look plastic. Mm-hmm. Your outfits all look like they from Forever 21 and Fashion Nova. And don't get me wrong, nothing's wrong with those places. But, like, if you look like that's where you shop at, you disgust me. Like, I never understood. I'm like, how you getting all this fitness girl money that she used to be getting? And you still out here looking so basic. I just didn't get it. And then she started doing, like, the big, huge weaves.
Hair, yeah.
Like, the weaves were so over the top. So, yeah, I'm just... Sorry, PJ. Sorry to that man, because...
Sorry to that man. He should have did his research.
Yeah, somebody should have told you to do something a little different.
Let it hurt something.
Yeah, like...
Then you stuck with her for 18 more years. Mm-hmm. 17, whatever.
Yeah, for sure.
You gotta be careful who you have children with.
That part. Y'all be wondering why I'm talking about...
And then you gotta pay her more, like, $200,000 in child support.
I don't know about
insane.
That part. I don't know about that part. But I want to shift to music, because we haven't talked about music in a while. And since we've been gone, two of the most highly anticipated albums of the year have dropped. Donda and Certified Lover Boy. Mm-hmm. CLB for short. So Kanye dropped his album. Drake then dropped his album. We got two of the probably top entertainers in the world dropping albums within a couple of weeks of each other within a short span of time. And let's start with Donda. We listened to Donda together the first time in Mexico. I think both of us were just kind of listening and passing.
Yeah.
Let's first, the antics surrounding Donda, the lead up. Too much. You did too much, Kanye. We didn't need all of that. Just, why can't it be about the music? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, let it be about the music. But it was a lot. All that being said, thoughts on Donda?
I've listened to it in its entirety outside of Mexico. And it's an album for me, like, something that I can just, like, zone out to. Like, if I'm going for, like, a walk or a run or something like that, that's something that I could play and just, like, zone out to it. And I think it's more so of how, like, the beats that he has in there, and then, like, how, like, sometimes, like, the intro or the ending of the songs kind of just, like, it's just like I don't know, it's just, like, makes you just want to zone out. Like, it's just, like, something that I could ride to. Like, if I'm driving, like, taking a long trip, I could ride out to that. I could zone out to it. I don't really have like a favorite song on the album or anything like that. It's just, I don't know, it's different. And it's a different vibe from what I was expecting from him. Because with like the whole like Donda pre-shows that he was doing and stuff like that, I expected a little bit more on the album. Just from like what we saw from the clips of the shows and things like that. Um, it wasn't getting what I thought it was gonna get.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I can still listen to it, but it's not something that I'm like, oh, like, yo, put that Donda on. Like, like, it's just something like, okay, if I just want to have a chill night, just want to zone out and just get lost in my thoughts, I would put that album on.
Okay. I'm gonna be honest with you, y'all. I listened to it once in Mexico and once when I got back home. I don't know what the fuck is on the album. It did not touch my soul. It did not register with me.
Mm-hmm.
The song that I think I remember the most is the song with West Side Gun because I like West Side Gun, so I like that one. The intro, the interludes, all of that was a lot for me. The starting off the album with the chant Donda.
Oh yes, that's
Donda. I don't like stuff like that. Like that's giving me very like weird. What are you doing? Like, are you trying to put us in a trance or something? Like, so I have to go back. I have to. What I'm going to do is I'm going to create a playlist.
And they said that was his mom's like last heartbeat.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And that's what
how
really
do they even know
that?
Out. How do they know that?
They probably took like the thing,
the EKG
like
or something?
the EKG from that, and then just
like what?
Yeah, that's even more scary for me because like, why would you do that? Like, what are you trying to do to us? Like, that's just really weird to me. Like,
it's not. I'm gonna go through. I'm gonna delete all the interludes and outerludes and ludes and ludes. I'm gonna delete all the fucking fluff in between to try to just get to the music because all the extra instrumental shit is not for me. It's just like, I like that some of the songs start off one way, go another way. I don't normally like that when it's like two songs in one, but some of that stuff is okay. But I'm gonna be honest, I have to go back. It did not register with me the first time. The second time, I was just like, honestly, I thought I was gonna go back and visit this today for this podcast. So I could have something to talk about. I have nothing. I didn't have time, and I listened to a couple of songs on the couch, and I was just like, it's making me want to go to sleep. So Kanye is one of my favorite artists. So I have to go back. I have to listen again. Some of the features were good. I gotta go back. I'm not gonna give an opinion on an album that I have not set with. Like, I mean, I know that it's been out long enough that I should have set with it, but I just haven't listened to it. And I spend zero time in the car. And the car is my music listening time. I literally go. The Target is not even a half a mile. The Target is like 0.3 miles from my house, so it's literally across the street. So like, I don't have time. That's the only place I go is Target. Grab some food. All the food places are within a mile of my house. Like, and I don't have a lot of time in the car. So it's just like, for me, I don't have time to sit with the album. Now, Certified Lover Boy, I forced myself to sit with the album because I knew what time it was. I was like, okay, you have to listen to this on your own before you let social media influence you, because I already knew they was going to go so hard with this album, like good or bad. So I forced myself to listen to that album. And what I will say is that I've been joking with myself in my head and I haven't said this out loud yet, is that like, I'm on a mission to find out. Oops, y'all, I need you.
Was it Donda?
I know.
Brittany trying to bring her alive on the screen. This is giving Candyman.
I'm on a mission to find out why Drake loves Houston so much. Don't get me wrong, I love Houston too. That's why I moved here. And I'm like, I'm trying to experience Drake Houston. So y'all give me to the end of the year. I want to report back about why I think Drake loves Houston so much. So this to me was like a love letter to Houston a little bit. It was very much like Houston influence. He talks about a lot of Houston. I loved it. I was like, oh, I live here now, so like I can get like real hype and shit. But it was good. I'll be honest, I've listened to it way more, but I still am not fully ready to say yes or no. I'm leaning more towards a yes. Like, I really like it. Not really like it, but I at least like it. I definitely like it better than Scorpion. Scorpion, views didn't do it for me, but this is a lot better. I think for me, I love in the Bible, because I just love it. It's talking about like, the lifestyle she's living and like, but that's not in the Bible. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's not lining up with what you're saying. But the best part I love was that when Dirk shouted out India's cousin,
Yeah.
I was like, love me like that. Like, love me loud and proud. Like, I'm big on that. I want my nigga to love me a lot. I told you that. So for me, it was like, he got his little verse, and he took a moment to be like, yo, just shout out to my girl's cosmetic company. It's because I know that Drake gets 1 billion streams. And like,
Yeah.
why would I not? And it's like that.
That's love, yeah.
I love him in India. Like, I love it. But that one stood out for me. Girls Want Girls, of course. I really like the Jay-Z song because to me, it was a part 2 to Pound Cake because how it started out. So that was Pound Cake was from the other album. Into Deep, I loved the sample on Into Deep. TSU, I loved it because it was just shouting out all this Houston stuff. I like that. Of course, Way Too Sexy. Like, that's easy. Poppy's Home has grew on me. Yebba's Heartbreak, he could have left that off the album. Pipe Down, I like it because like, I like when broke niggas, I don't want to say broke, but when niggas that don't have Drake money be trying to get in a Drake bag, and it's like Drake asks like, how much for you to pipe down? And like, I could give Drake a number and he could actually give me that money. I could give you a number, but you couldn't afford it anyways. So I just love like Drake when he gets in his bag about like, all right, bitch, shut up. Like, don't call her a bitch, but all right, girl, shut up. Like, how much for you to stop the yapping? I love that. Actually, 7 a.m. a Brittle Path. I don't like R&B Drake. I like rapping ass Drake. Yo, why is my boss? Anyways, I love rapping ass Drake. I don't really care for R&B Drake. So, Get Along Better. I thought that one was weird because he's talking about I get along better with your friends. So I didn't know if that meant like, do you think that meant like he's trying to mess with her friends? Or
yeah, I think it's like, I ain't really feeling you.
Like, friends. Okay, I thought that was weird, but I like the song. Fucking Fans was cool. The one with Nicki Minaj where she says that like something about like I should start charging niggas for having babies by me or something. I like that. You know what? Actually, looking at this, okay, this is a decent album. Okay, that's my thoughts. Where are you at?
I liked it. It wasn't my favorite. But there were a few songs on it. I was like, okay, yeah, I can like really like vibe out to this. Like, I really like I like Poppy's Home.
That just ruined me this week. This week, literally.
Yeah. Girls Want Girls. I like In the Bible. Way Too Sexy. I'm not a fan of this song.
I didn't like it at first, but now it's like, all right, that's gonna be the lead single. They're gonna play it in the club. Like, it's typical Drake and Future. It's nothing like, it's nothing outstanding about that song.
Yeah, no.
That song makes me want to be in Atlanta. Bitch, you thought you were coming to visit me? I want to come visit you.
Like, this song is not doing nothing for me. I'm like, this song
That's okay, because I can make it do what I gotta make it do when I get there.
It's too like mainstream.
Yeah, it's too typical.
Yeah, you know, like, and I don't really
like, that's what I want.
And I don't like mainstream Drake. I like underground Drake.
I like mainstream Drake. I like mainstream Drake, but I do like B-sides Drake because B-sides Drake definitely still gets in his bag, and B-sides Drake has a tendency to be more of that rapping ass music. Like, I want Drake to rap.
Exactly.
I don't like Drake the R&B singer.
Yeah,
so,
me either.
Like, so I am. Way Too Sexy makes me want to come to Atlanta and give Atlanta something.
Really?
Like, home Houston, I'd be like, all right, bitch, go home.
I did like No Friends in the Industry.
Yeah.
I like how he was like just talking his shit. And then I like Knife Talk.
Yes, Knife Talk's a good one. I really do actually like the album. Okay, I just have to accept it for what it is. Like, they all have their place. You know what I'm saying? Like, each song to me has a purpose in the, overall in the different moods. You know what I'm saying? But it wasn't immediate for me. It was very much like...
Yeah, it wasn't immediate for me. It's still not like something that I would play like all the way through. Like, I would skip around.
Yeah, I still would skip around. Like, that Yebba's Heartbreak, he could have left that. Whoever Yebba is, him and her could have left that off.
She's really great, though. So
I knew you was going to say that because she looked like one of them bitches that you be listening to because you be listening to that weird shit. I knew you was going to say that because I went to her Instagram page and said, who is this? And I said, it's one of the people that Ivy probably be listening to. I knew it. I knew it. I
like Yebba, but it was just like, that won't given. Yeah, so I agree with you there. I didn't really like that song, but I like Yebba, so I was just like, this song not really getting what it's supposed to be given right now. But I mean, overall, like, it's It's a good
decent
album.
project. Yeah, it's a decent project. I feel bad that I can't give more on Kanye, but I can promise y'all I will come back in like 2 months or a month and give y'all another opinion on Kanye. I'll try. But the last album, I didn't have Kanye's album on my phone until last week. Somebody asked me what were my favorite songs on there, and I had to go through the songs to like give them like 2 songs I liked, and I was just like, yeah, I didn't even have it saved in my phone, so they weren't even songs I was planning to revisit. So now it's on my phone, but let's
he did way too much leading up to that album for
it to be so mediocre.
Yeah, it's very mediocre.
Yeah. So let's talk about Real Housewives of Potomac. Have you been watching?
I have. I think I'm caught up. Yeah. I think I caught up last night. So yeah.
So that's the one where you saw the one where Candace had her music video.
Yes.
Okay. So let's just talk about this season so far. So no Monique, which I'm happy about.
Yeah.
Because I'm glad. Like, she blew me last season, and she just been blowing me since she came on the show. So I'm happy about that. But we have a replacement. We have Mia. And I'm so tired of them calling what's her name, the Ethiopian girl,
Wendy.
No, Wendy's
Escala.
I'm so tired of them putting under her name Robin's friend. I'm so tired of seeing that. Like, come on, like just don't put nothing. Like,
honestly, I don't even know why she on the show. Like, I thought she was just gonna be making like a guest appearance here and there, but she's been. I think they're trying to make her.
I think they're trying to make her.
But she don't really have a personality. Like,
I think she does. I like her a lot, actually.
Maybe they need to allow her to have more
storyline.
Yeah, more of a storyline, because right now she's just giving like she's not even giving Robin's friend. She's just giving
random comments. I like her on the show. I hope they expand her role, but
because you don't really see her in Robin's friendship like play out.
No, and that's why I'm just like, and she seems like she's our age, and I think Robin's like in her 40s. So I don't know. Scarlett seems like she's our age, and Robin's in like her 40s. Like, I think like in her 40s.
Mm-hmm.
So they don't seem like they even date. Like, they would date, Lord. Like, they would even be friends. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I do have friends that are like 40, but like not friends. I don't know. Is Robin like 45 or something?
I don't think she's that old.
Oh, okay.
Let me see, because I think she just recently had her birthday.
Yeah, she did, because she's a Virgo. Mm-hmm. She did. Maybe I'm making up stuff.
Yeah, I don't know, but
how do you feel about Mia?
Mia is messy as fuck.
Very.
And I don't like her.
With that bad skin.
Yeah, her skin is terrible.
That skin gives me Kenya Moore.
Yeah, I don't like Mia. Like, because she stirs up too much shit and then try to hide her hand. Like, no, like she... And then she, like, be trying to play dumb about it.
Like she don't know why.
Yeah, like she don't know why. Or... Like, and then, like, it's like, girl, like, pick a side. Like, she
picked the side, whatever side's the messiest. That's her side.
That's what I'm saying. Like, girl, like, you can't trust nobody like that. Like, you just wherever the tea is at.
The mess is at.
Yeah.
Because when she started off the season talking about some, Giselle seems like a great person, and then like the next episode, she had already flip-flopped like that quick. I was like, girl, we not doing this.
Well, she had flip-flopped on, what's the thing? What's the old lady's name? Karen, like in the first, I think it's the one in the first episode when she was like, oh well, like when she said the whole thing about Giselle, and it's just like, she was supposed to be Karen's friend, and you came here, you know,
and you switched on your own friend that's here, and that lets me know she was giving I want to be down like Brandy again, because she just wanted to be a part of the circle, and she was willing to do whatever she had to do to be included to make sure that her storyline made it to the show. We know what time it is.
Yeah, I like her.
I don't have an issue with Candace. A lot of people don't like her. How do you feel about Candace? I'm indifferent.
I didn't have an issue with Candace until this season.
Okay, so what's your issue this season?
Candace talks a lot of shit, and then want to go cry wolf when somebody comes back at her. Like, when somebody wants to take it there. Like, when somebody, like, okay, like, you want to smoke? Like, what's up? Like, then she want to go somewhere and cry. Like, no, you can't be talking all this shit, and then when it's time to stand on your word, you can't stand 10 toes down on it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like that. Like, keep your mouth shut. It's like, I don't agree with the whole Monique situation, because I don't like Monique, but I understood why Monique did what she did. Because now it's starting to make sense. It's like, girl, you run your mouth too much. Like, just shut up sometimes. And it's just
Yeah, like you don't have to do all
then when
that.
somebody,
Like there's no
then
need
when
for all
somebody
that.
come back at her, it's
You
girl.
really got her. You really got her down though. Like you really got her
No,
down.
so I'm starting not to like her.
So she
And
doesn't
then
bother
the
me.
whole and the comments she made towards Ashley and things like that. Like I don't do that whole body shaming, mom shaming thing. Or
Yeah,
whatever.
I didn't like that either. And she was like, it wasn't body shaming.
Right. She tried to say, oh, it's not body shaming. Girl, well, what was it? Because you called her wide body.
Yeah, and big forehead and some more stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
She just talks a lot. She just talks too much junk for me.
She definitely does.
Just go back and cry in the what's it called?
Yeah, she definitely talks a lot of shit. And I'm definitely not a huge fan of it. I'll be honest with you. Like, I'm definitely kind of like, I can do without it for sure. I definitely feel like it's not necessary for her to do all that she does. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, I do also understand, like, like where she's coming from. I think she's trying to make a name for herself. I think she's trying to like make sure that it's like, oh, I'm Candace. They didn't played her on the show, Ivy. They didn't make her look like she's her mother's like little baby and stuff. So like at the same time, I do understand that. I do get where she's coming from. But yeah, it definitely could be annoying. I'm not feeling Karen. I think Karen is a badass older woman, but no, actually, Karen doesn't bother me so much. My favorite person is Robin because Robin just seems like a normal, like regular woman. Like I think I can relate to Robin. She don't be trying to do a whole lot. She don't try to do like I'm rich and all that stuff that I think some of these other people be trying to do. She's clearly not, and I think she don't be trying to make us feel like trick us into thinking that she is or whatever. But Giselle bothers me, Ivy. And the reason why Giselle bothers me is because you have nothing going on in your life and you are so messy and shady and you embrace it. She literally be like, I'm shady. Girl, you are 40 some years old. That is nothing to be proud of. Like, why are you proud to be shady? That's so messy to me. And so, like, I hate it when a scholar asked her, like, so Giselle, what is going on with you? What is going on with your relationship with Jamal? Oh, I don't want to discuss it. But 5 seconds before that, she was getting into what's the name's business, Wendy's business with her husband. And that's why I was just like, no, we're not going to do this. Like, we're not going to do this. Like, we are not going to pretend like you don't have to talk about what's going on in your life, but other people do. That's what I didn't like. Like, why is it that your business is off limits, but other people's business is not off limits?
I think why her business is off limits because she can't talk about it. I think Jamal has basically been like, we're not going to talk about this on TV. One, because it's going to bring too much attention to him as a pastor. So I feel like for her, she can't talk about it. And so that's kind of why she talks around it.
I think she's embarrassed because you know how it is when you take a nigga back for the second time and it still don't work out. That shit is fucking embarrassing. Like, I
don't think she's embarrassed.
I think she is because Ivy, you let that nigga have multiple children on you. Then you turn around and they're saying that there's multiple more children that were had during the second round of the relationship, which I don't know if that's true or not, but they're saying that there's multiple more children that, like, that's embarrassing. Like, this nigga is, you know how you take a nigga back and, like, at least fuck up a different way this time. Don't fuck up the same way. He seemingly was fucking up the same way. There was some cheating at least going on. Whether or not it be that it was a child involved or not, it seems to me like there was some dipping and dabbling in somebody else's pond that he ain't had no business being in or whatever it's considering their relationship. Now, I do think that COVID probably did make a difference because I think that any relationship that went through last year, it either made or broke the relationship. And I think for them, it broke the relationship. For other relationships, it really poured into it and it just kind of helped you like highlight like why this is the relationship for you. So it definitely may have been something to do with that as well. But I don't know. But I want to get to
I don't think, I think even with COVID, it won't work. Like, I mean, no. I don't think it would work, even with COVID. Because, I mean, she's in Virginia. He's in Atlanta.
That's what I'm saying. So then, but maybe he would have been able to travel more, and she would have been able to travel more if it hadn't been.
You don't want to be traveling with her?
I don't know. I don't know that man.
Like, I mean,
I don't know why he travels to his kids, though. He travels to his kids, though.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. She's where her kids is at. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I think it was the distance, but not the distance in like regular like life. Like if you can just pop on a plane or hop on the PJ and come to Virginia, come to Maryland. I think it was more so that like the COVID restrictions and the concerns for like the health of your family and all the things you have going on around you, with him still being, I think his church was open for a good portion of the pandemic and still doing speaking events and stuff. It's like maybe he was trying to protect his family from that, so he wasn't as readily available to her. But I think it was the distance, but not just distance. It was the COVID distance, where it's like we can't just get up and pop up. And Giselle did make a point.
Girl, he could have got in his car. I'm sure he got to drive. He could have drove.
I don't know about
if you're really willing to make a relationship work, you would get in the car and drive. Ain't no plane gonna stop you from seeing.
I ain't doing that. I'm not doing that multiple times. I'm just.
I ain't saying like multiple times, but
I might make that a one and done. But I'm not doing that. That is not in my ministry.
Maybe do a private jet.
That's what I said to PJ. I said that. I said to PJ. But all I'm saying is
that's what I'm saying. Like he could have did that. Like I don't think that was
maybe she did. But no, that's what I'm saying is that maybe she didn't want him to be around the family as much. Maybe they were taking it more seriously. Where it's like, okay, you've been out and about doing whatever in the public. Like we got to protect the kids. So maybe it was something like that. I don't know. But I feel like if it comes down to, I'm very much with Giselle. If this is truly what it is, I can't do long distance. I need to have my person close by. I need to be able to call you when I want you to come over, and not just like end your day and just come to me, but like I need to have more. You need to be accessible to me. I can't have it be no plane ride, no none of that. That shit is hard. I've done it before, and it took a strain on my relationship at the time. So for me, I understand whatever it is. I don't care because it's not my relationship. But I just don't like that she gets to pick and choose what she wants to talk about. And my thing is that if you can't talk about your relationship because of an agreement you have with your baby's father, then you need to not be on the show, because you up in area, or you need to be careful the questions that you're asking, because you have to understand if you're going to ask those questions, they're going to be asked in return of you. And if you know you can't answer those questions because of whatever situation you're in, then you need to let it be. Shut the fuck up and talk about something else, because I don't like that about her. It's like it's always very much like her life is private, but everybody else's life is like open, and I don't like that. But let's get to Wendy. How do you feel about Wendy this season?
I'm not feeling her.
Okay, why?
I agree with Giselle and Robin in the sense of what they said, like how she's changed since she's got this new body, because let's be honest, she ain't just get her breast done. She got a lot of other work done too. She
got a little lipo and a little booty put in.
Yeah, and her face, she got some
fillers and whatnot.
Fillers or whatever in her face or whatever. So it's like she's giving off a different
Miss New Booty.
She's giving off a different vibe. And I'm not saying like, oh, you can't be confident in yourself. Like, do it. You know, like you got your body done. Own that shit, work that shit, whatever. But her personality has changed along with it. And it's just not, it's given like, oh, look at me, like I'm so much better than you. Like it was always given that in a sense, because she always tried to be like, I'm a professor and whatever else Dr. she do. Wendy. She a doctor, what a Dr. Wendy. Like she's just way above herself for me. And I don't like, it's just giving like Mean Girls kind of. Okay. I'm really not feeling it. Okay. But I think the way that Giselle and Robin came at her about it was a little all wrong. It was all wrong. Like it could have came out a different way, and she would have understood it better, and she could have taken to it better. But I'm just not feeling her. Like she just like, I don't know. Like, and I feel like the whole situation with her husband, like she got like, it was like, girl, what you getting so worked up about? Like, is it true? Because she was giving like, oh, like, y'all not gonna be talking about my husband. They weren't talking about your husband. They just said like that could be a reason why you've been, so defensive here lately because of what the blogs are alleging. We don't think it's true, but that could be, a reason why. But she acted like they said her man did it. And that to me just came
I think that she misconstrued the messaging. She definitely didn't know that Giselle was trying to say that, like, I don't believe it, but it could be a reason why she's acting like, yeah. Yeah, but I mean, when somebody attacks your relationship, you don't think to ask extra questions.
But
You
I don't
think to
think Giselle
protect
was
your
attacking her
relationship.
relationship. That's the thing. It's like it
Well, I
didn't come
think
to me
bringing
like she
up
was
somebody,
attacking
I
it.
think if a friend brings up that your man possibly cheated, you want to believe that, like, your friend, outside of them knowing that your man's a cheater, you want to believe that they wouldn't think that of your. I think that I won't count against her for that. Like, that sucks, especially with marriage. Like, knowing how hard fucking marriage is, and how, I don't know how hard it is raising kids, but I can imagine that shit's not easy. Like, I feel like that part of it, I definitely feel like I don't fault her for feeling like a little bit attacked, because it was like, this is my marriage. Like, this is serious. My kids have to see this. Like, maybe the kids did not know about this, and maybe they really didn't want this to be a part of the show. I don't know. I don't know what she was thinking, but I think she was more so hoping that her friends heard about it and was like, that ain't true, and like, it wasn't like no real facts behind it, and they wouldn't have brought it up. She should have known they was going to bring it up. But
Right.
I can't be mad at her for like defending that and to take it into defense, because I would too. Like, I've had people tell me before about relationships, like, oh, you and such are this kind of way, and it's like, even if it's fucking true, don't you worry about it. I don't make a comment on your relationship, good or bad. Like, I just don't like people commenting on my relationship. Like, because you don't know the ins and outs of it, you know what you see. And that for me is like, I be trying to mind my business and people's relationships, because you don't know the ins and outs of somebody's relationship. You only know what you're told and what you see. So for them, that could have been a big argument, that they're still like, maybe it's not true at all, but maybe it caused a real rift in their relationship, and it's a trigger point for her. So I don't know that it's that she really, I don't think she was in a position to be open to listening to the message in the way that she may have if it wasn't a trigger for her. It seemed like it was a trigger for her for sure.
Right.
And
But it's
it could
like,
have
but
been
why is it a trigger? Like,
it could have been because she did go get her body done after that. So maybe for her, that was a trigger. Like, she didn't want people to put two and two together. Maybe she thought like, nobody will ever know because they won't put the timing together. Because they don't know. She hasn't confirmed that. Like, she hasn't confirmed if she got it done before or after this situation happened. So I think that's the important thing, is that like, we don't know. But yeah, I don't think Giselle meant it messy for once. I don't think Giselle was trying to be messy. But it made me love Robin even more, because Robin was just trying to get drunk and mind her business and the whole entire thing. And I was like, Robin is me. Like, I be at these little friend events, just like, where's the shots? Where's the whiskey? Where's the liquor? Let's have a good fucking time. I'm not trying to do all this. You do that too. But you more so will remove yourself from the situation and be like, you're more so Ashley. You wouldn't drop the bomb and leave, but you'll just leave. You'll just be like, all right, I'm out. Like, I'm gonna go in this other room. I'm gonna go here. So I really did like, it made me like Robin a little bit more, because I was like, okay, like
Robin like, she's definitely more relatable. Like, she's a more relatable cast member or whatever, because like you said, she's very down to earth. She's very just real and just true to who she is. Because like, her admitting like, her whole pandemic woes or whatever. I was like, okay, like, she's being transparent, and other people can actually relate to that. Yeah. And I feel like all these other women try to portray this image like they're so perfect and they don't have these flaws and things like that. And it's just like, no, but she's like, no, I'm gonna tell you what it is. Like, and I love.
And then Juan saying that it was unattractive for how lazy she was, I was like, damn. Yeah. But that's like real. Like, that's reality TV to me. That's reality TV to me. Is that like, your man is coming at you? Like, it's like fluff. It's like whatever. Yeah. But what was I about to say? One last thing I was about to say about Ashley. She's messy to me. I think that she's on a warpath to come for everybody all the time because of how her husband has made her look stupid. And I feel like at any time she's trying to make somebody else look stupid. Somebody else's marriage look stupid. Somebody else's situation look stupid because your man has made you look stupid so much. And I feel like at any point that you can try to distract from the mess that you have going on, that you do it. Did you know that man is in his 70s? Mm-hmm. She said, yeah. She's like, what is his name? Michael? Mm-hmm. Michael's 70-some years. I said, he's what? Yeah. But then I'm not even mad because she's younger than us, girl. And I said, she's about to get her bag. I said, she about to get her bag. I said, he gonna die. And she gonna be rich. And she gonna go out here and find her a whole nother fucking husband. Right. Go out here and date Rihanna's ex-boyfriend or something. The prince. The Arab prince. Like, yeah.
Like, I just never understood them two. Like,
she don't understand it. Yeah. And and then he be having the nerve to complain about sex. Sir, you're 1 foot off the grave. And Karen will be mad about you.
He's trying to get all the sex he can get before he dies. That's what it is.
He wants dick before he dies. That's what he wants. He does not want.
He don't care what it is. He just want to get his dick wet. He don't care how. Like, it don't matter.
don't want dick. He wants vagina. He want butt. He want whatever he can get.
He don't care. He just want to get his dick
cannot.
wet however he can before he hit the grave.
Let me start talking about that lady husband. His foot is not 1 foot out the grave. He might stay.
Girl, don't say that Karen gonna come.
I'm about to say Karen gonna come get me.
And I don't understand that beef either. Like,
it's so stupid.
Really going hard.
And it was just you said you want Ray to die.
You gonna be 6 feet under
before I have to worry about that. Right. So like,
I was wishing death on somebody. She never said death. Like, she just said you're gonna be 6 feet under.
None of that. I cannot. I'm sorry, y'all. Ivy got me up here, and I'm weak. I gotta readjust my damn headphones. My earrings started hurting. But no, I am like, I cannot. Ivy, that is fucking hilarious. But yeah, that whole beef is stupid. Her and Giselle gonna find something to beef about every season, like regardless.
I mean, because I think that's their storyline. That's keeping Karen on the show,
and that's keeping both of them on the show. Because what the fuck else Giselle got going on? Nothing.
Them kids, she just gonna find some other mess to get into.
Yeah, the little girl keep failing her driving test. That's all you got. Like, poor baby. Did she get her license yet or not? Like. Did she or did she not get the license? Let me stop talking about that little girl. Yeah. So I want to.
I just want her to get a stylist for her and her kids.
Yeah.
Because if she can't dress, they can't dress.
The older one, she'd be cute though. You don't think so? Can we take a pause for me to get a cocktail? You should get a cocktail too.
I have one.
Okay, well, I'm going to pause real quick, and we're going to get a cocktail. Hold on. Okay. All right, so you feel like the little girl can't dress. The oldest little girl.
Yeah, she can't dress to me. Like, she just like her mama. Like, it's like she be trying, but it's not all the way there.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think it's... I think for her age, it's okay. The other ones... I want her to learn how to do hair because it's very obvious that Giselle don't be paying no mind.
It's just like when you get your hair done, get the kids' hair. Like the younger girls.
She's getting a full lace. The stylist that do a full lace is not doing no little girl's hair. So that's the problem.
Well, somebody can do it.
Somebody can, but does she want to take the time or is she too busy being messy? That's the problem. She's probably too busy being messy.
That's what I'm saying. Like when you're going to get your hair done, set up an appointment somewhere else for them little girls. Drop them off. You gonna get your hair done.
Take them somewhere too.
Yeah, like come on.
No, I feel you 100%.
It's no reason them little girls.
Yeah, Giselle cannot dress. She might get a good fit in once.
But she gonna always throw it off.
Always, but Robin can't really dress either. But I'm okay with that.
I'm okay because
she don't be trying to do a whole lot. Right. She looked really cute at the video shoot, though. I thought Robin looked cute for the video shoot.
Yeah, she did.
The two little braids. Candace's mama didn't have no business at the video shoot.
She looking like somebody's granny. She just wanted to have something to go back and say.
Well, somebody said to me that they feel like she want to be on the show so bad.
She do.
And I said, "You think so?" I said, "I never got that vibe."
They're like, because she was really just out there putting Candace's business out there.
With them ladies, I said, "Why are you talking about your daughter's business with these people? That's not her. Like, they're her friends, but like, obviously, if they're talking about some mess about her and they trying to get her business, like, no, I would have been like,
what's going on, and you giving them all the tea.
You giving them all the tea, like, no." Yeah. But you know, I don't know that they notice about us. I don't think our viewers know that we are crime junkies.
Oh no, they don't. We kind of talk about it here and there, but I don't think they know. Like
they don't know the extent that me and you don't play about this kind of stuff. We really, really like. Hold on, I'm making a note here, but we really, really love this shit. Like to the point that I'm sending you a case, you sending me a case, I'm sending you a podcast, you sending me a podcast. We love it. Like, I think
like
that
thing to do.
Mine too. It's like for us to live by ourselves probably makes us fucking psychos. Exactly. Like to live by ourselves and to love this shit. Like I had to start not like listening to it after it got dark outside because I would start getting really fucking creepy. Girl, I started running around my house and shit. I'm like, bitch, you in your own house. Like, but I told you, like, that's my big thing. Like I always told you, I cannot live by myself and live in a building that is not like an indoor building because I can't. My nerves just won't do it. So for me, like that's one of my little protectors in my mind. Not that somebody still can't come up in here, but in my mind, it's a little protector from me in the outside world. But like, I'm very scary, but I love it. So recently, you came across the Black Girl Gone podcast.
Yes.
We haven't talked about this, but thoughts on that?
I like the podcast. It took a couple of episodes for me to get to kind of like,
I'm gonna
what's the
just
word
say what
I'm
I
looking
gotta
for?
say.
Like, I didn't like the style in which she presented the cases,
Okay.
but I had to understand also that like the other crime podcasts that I'm used to, like they
Have
seem like a
way
little
more
bit
money
more,
behind them.
yeah, and
Yeah.
like they're way more, organized and easy to follow. Hers weren't as easy to follow, but then I just got used to that's just how she tells the story. That's just how she presents the information. And so ever since I have been able to get over that, I've been able to listen to her podcast more.
It's the voice, her accent, or whatever.
But see, and that's how I felt about Crime Junkie. Like Ashley's voice, it irritated the shit out of me when I first started listening to it. I could not stand her voice.
Britt gets on my nerves more because Britt asks dumbass fucking questions like, oh my god, so like, was there video footage of this?
Yeah.
Bitch, like.
I kind of like just tune Britt out because one, like, if she don't, especially if she's leading the podcast,
Which is
I just skip over it because I can't do her voice. I
don't mind either one of their voices. I just hate her questions. Her questions are like, but what about the blah 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 blah? And I'm like,
her questions do be like, yeah, and you can tell like sometimes Ashley be annoyed by it because she
because they be planning that shit. She's like, you're right, Britt. Yes, Britt.
But sometimes
I was wondering the same thing, Britt.
But sometimes she'll be like, but sometimes she'll just like completely like, yeah,
I don't know,
and then she'll just go over top of whatever Britt just said.
Sometimes she'll be like, yeah,
and then just like, and like she'll just go into presenting the case again.
But I think we got so used to the Crime Junkie style of telling a story that it was hard. And it was two people, so there was a little bit of a conversation happening. It wasn't just one person talking the whole time. I don't hate her storytelling style. I accept it. I was very honest. I said, okay, initially I listened to the first episode and I was like, Then I was like, okay, it's not her storytelling style. It's her voice, like her accent. But I do love the little things about a black person telling a black person story. Like I was listening to one episode where she was talking about like, in the black community, like spades is a big deal. And Britt and Ashley would never know to say that in the black community, playing spades is a big deal. So in the particular case, y'all, they talked about the spades game that somebody was having before they went missing or whatever. The girl before she went missing. And Britt and them never would. Britt would have been like, "Is spades a thing? Like, what is spades? I didn't grow up playing for that." Like she definitely would have been like, "In the Midwest."
She had something dumb as fuck to say, and but like, girl, shut up.
Yes, but. With that being said, y'all, me and Ivy are in this deep. They just solved what's her name, Hedgepeth's case.
Amanda Hedgepeth.
No, that's the girl who was not waiting for time.
Sorry, Amanda. Oh my God, sorry. Like, God help and protect Amanda because I did not mean to say that.
Wait, what's her name?
It's Faith
Hedgepeth. They finally solved Faith Hedgepeth.
They should have said last night. I'm sorry.
Faith got killed back in like Faith got killed back in like what 2016, 2013, something like that. She got killed at UNC, right? Was UNC?
Yes.
She got killed.
Yeah,
they thought
UNC.
They thought the roommate did it. They thought the roommate's boyfriend did it. They thought all these people did it, but apparently it was somebody who was not a suspect that ended up doing it. So they recently solved that. They found the other little white girl dead. What's her name? Heather Elizabeth. What's the one we just the one. Let me find her. You know the one.
Heather Elizabeth.
I don't know.
The one that's been in the headlines?
Mm-hmm. Becky.
Gabby Petito.
They done found her body. They think they didn't spotted the man on the footage of a deer camera, which is random. But all y'all don't care about that shit because y'all probably don't like that as much as we do. But I wanted to talk about a story because we don't ever get into our crime bag up here. So I wanted to get into a story that happened in Lexington, Kentucky. It was from the UK football players, and there are 6 black male UK football players that are on trial from a situation that happened back in March where it said that they showed up at a frat party uninvited were asked to leave, and then they became upset and threatened to be back. It says later that night that 3 of them returned with 3 more people. So it was 3 of them that went, and they were turned around, and then 3 of them went back. They went and got 3 more people, and 6 of them went, and they forced their way into the home. So that was what they're saying. It's 6 of them. This happened back in March. The university did a investigation, and the university found that it was too much going on to determine who was at fault. If it was the party goers or if it was the 6 guys. Basically, the party goers are saying that they came in there trying to like come to this party uninvited. The 6 football players are saying that they were called niggers and all this kind of stuff like that, and that's why they got aggressive. The party goers are saying that somebody pulled out a gun. There was no evidence found that the gun ever was pulled out, or that any of that ever happened. The university moved on from it. There was no police sort of situation involved. Everything was good. Was it a month or a month and a half before the football season started, Ivy? It was about a month before the football season started, right? And all of a sudden, charges were filed against the 6 of them with the police department. After the university had already reinstated them to the football team, had already said they can play for the season, everything was good. Nobody was suspended from school. It was just like, okay, whatever happened. We don't know exactly what it was, but it wasn't enough for us to point a finger at one particular person. So, right before the football season starts, they go and file charges, and they're saying that these young men are on trial for what now? Let's see. Burglary, I think. Yes, burglary. And so they're saying that.
And then wanton endangerment is for one of the other guys.
Yep, wanton endangerment.
Supposedly had the.
And yep, that one that supposedly had the gun. So they're saying that basically they waived their preliminary hearing. They waived their grand jury hearing to go straight to the preliminary hearing in hopes that like preliminary hearing will not be enough evidence to even move forward with the case at all. But if you guys didn't know, the Shade Room, which I'm kind of liking now, the Shade Room is starting to do a segment called TSR Investigates, and they're starting to go and look into different court cases or different like crime things that are like related to things in our culture. So there's a reporter they have. He has the full reporter voice that they all have, and he's like really serious. You can tell he's a real journalist, right? And yeah, so they did a story on it, which made me start looking into it a little bit more because I hadn't heard about it. So I just want to know, like, had you heard about the story beforehand? What are your thoughts? Like, what is it? What are you feeling about this story overall?
I hadn't heard about this story until you presented it to me earlier today, and then I went and looked it up. At first, I was like, okay, like they entered a party, you know, they weren't supposed to be there, and then
at first I thought they were wrong.
Yeah, I did too.
Because I was like, oh, then they brought a gun out. But then the TSR story, which is the one that brought my attention to it, I had started it, I stopped it, and I went to look it up on my own. I was like, I said, do I want to use the Shade Room as my news source? So I paused it in the middle of the TSR segment, and I went to the real news, and it was like, okay, I finished a TSR segment. It had way more info. I don't know if you listened to the whole thing.
I didn't even see the TSR one. I just got I saw the news article on it, and like the news article didn't give a lot of information, so it was kind of like for me, I was like, I can't really make a decision based off of what they're giving me, but it's giving me that okay, like they went to a party, they were asked to leave, they came back. I just didn't understand the burglary charges and the other stuff. I was like, okay, what evidence do you have? Like, is this all that you have? Because what you're presenting to me ain't enough.
So basically, when you get a chance, go back to the TSR Investigates article. I just sent it to you. Okay. But like, it's a more detailed version of the story. But basically, they're saying that like all that shit that the basic news is reporting is not all the facts. And that they're saying it's a lot more to it. It wasn't exactly what they said that happened. They're saying that they think that they're trying to get a wrongful conviction because like everything was good. Like probably in April, May of last year, everything was good. But all of a sudden it became this whole thing where they were trying to say that it was a problem when the school had said it already was settled. It was no big deal. The people go and refile the charges. Well, they go and file the charges with the police department, and they saying that basically they're just trying to prevent the black guys from being able to play. It's being a racist thing. I just want to say, I know y'all think Texas is crazy and it's racist, and I'm sure it is. But baby, let me tell you what it's not. It's not Kentucky or Alabama. Because out there, I didn't even want to drive through Alabama to come here. So I went a different way because I just didn't even want to have to go through Alabama. I ended up having to come through Alabama anyways. And I didn't even realize I was going to have to. But y'all, it's certain states and I'm just like, I'm good. I don't want to be there. And I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. And I will say this. I don't know. Did you ever go to any white frat parties at VCU?
Absolutely not. Right now.
So my freshman year before I knew you, I did. And I quickly learned what time it was. That was my first time really thinking I was going to be arrested for being black. So we showed up to a frat party. It's a frat party. Everybody can go. It's in the street where all the frat house, I think it was Cary Street. It's all the streets where the little frat houses was at. Whatever. We went. We showed up. They brought out like 3 paddy wagons for us, y'all. We don't know to this day. Somebody called the police on us, and they brought out 3 paddy wagons with every intent of like just locking us all up. I don't know what the charges were going to be. I don't know what the intent was. I don't know whoever called, what they said, but it was very much that the black kids showed up at the white people's party and they was pissed about it. And so that I went twice. I went once before that, then I went that time, and I never went again because I was like, we didn't do anything. We didn't come in there fighting. We didn't come in there like trying to do nothing that they wasn't our doing. We were trying to party too. And it was, I'm not going to lie, we did show up in like probably a group of 25. Shit, I don't know. Kaiser might have been in the group. Box was in the group. Makita. Kaiser was probably out there with us. Alexa, like my whole little my friend group from like my first year of college, Trey, like all of us probably was like in there. But at the end of the day, like we wasn't showing up to do nothing malicious. We were showing up to have a good time. And they called the police on us. And ever since then, I didn't fool with it. So I can imagine what it was like. I also have friends that went to other PWIs and they've had similar experiences. Like you just knew you don't show up at those parties in groups larger than like 2 or 3 because at the end of the day, you're not welcome. And if you do show up, somebody has to be super cool with somebody that's there because otherwise you're very much not welcome. So for me, it sounds like that's what happened to these guys is that like they're in a situation where they showed up where it was like, we don't want you here. And they're like, well, we thought it was a college party. Cool, whatever. And they was like, nah, it's a college party, but not for your kind of people.
And it also makes me wonder, like, because it said that they had been to this house before. Like, this wasn't their first time going to this house. They weren't put out the first time they went.
Yeah.
So why this time? Like, it's giving me, like, one of the football players probably messing with one of the white girls or something like that, and now it's beef. Like, it's feeling very
I just want to go back to my
point, like
that there's so many beautiful black women in this. Y'all know I'm gonna say this on this podcast. So there's so many beautiful black women in this world.
That's why you see
there's so many educated, talented, successful, driven, fertile, whatever it is you're looking for. There's a black woman that can provide it for you. We don't even have to go outside of our own people to find it. And if that's what you want, do you? But I just always say, if you can, keep it at home. Keep it in your people. Let's continue to build more of what we already have. But I'm not going to keep jumping on that because y'all going to do what y'all want to do. And you're going to love who you love. But if that's the case, like you said, it's giving me a little bit of that too. I wouldn't be surprised. But I'm just going to wait and let this case play out because, you know, we love shit like this. So
I feel like it's going to be a wrongful conviction case. Because, it's not adding up to me. Like,
I hope not. I hope it doesn't. I hope it doesn't.
Why y'all going so hard? Was someone injured? Was someone hurt in the process? No. Like, nothing. So it's just like, okay, like the university wrote it off and was just like, there's nothing to see here.
Because it was chaotic. Everyone was pointing fingers at everyone. It's like that Spider-Man meme when everybody's pointing at everybody. And so it's like there was nothing to show either way. So But this last topic. Yes. This last topic I want to bring up, I think it's interesting, so I just want to know your thoughts on it. We don't have to spend a whole lot of time on it. This post says, date multiple men and allow them to earn your exclusivity. A guy likes you, cool. He wants to get to know you more, great. Let him prove he's worth closing the door on your other options before you actually do it. Because you do have other options, sis. Date with sense. And it goes on to say, I don't expect any woman, this is a different post, I don't expect any woman I'm dating, talking to, or whatever to cut off any of the dudes she's talking to. I frankly don't even give two shits about those dudes. My concern is she and I. She can do what she wants until she and I have to have a conversation, decide we want to be exclusive and committed to each other. Until then, may the best man win. In her case, may the best woman win when dealing with me. Y'all gonna think I'm crazy, but you go first. How do you feel about that?
I mean, if you're dating, then there's no exclusivity or anything like that, then yeah, like why are you limited to just one person? Like, especially like if you're already like talking to someone else, dating someone else, and then you meet some other person, like why you gotta cut off this other person just because you met someone else? Like, figure out which one is gonna work for you. Like, I think that's a part of I think that's why it's called dating, because you're gonna date other people. Like, you're gonna meet other people. Like, you might find something that you don't typically like in this person. So it's like, I ain't really feeling him, but I'll keep him on, around for entertainment, whatever. Then you meet somebody else, and it's like, okay, like, cool. Eventually, somebody's gonna drop off. Like, you're not gonna continue to date all of these people at one time. Like, eventually, you're gonna lose interest in somebody. So I don't see an issue with it, as long as, there's established, like, hey, I'm dating other people. Or
Yeah, you don't have to establish it.
Yeah.
Until you establish otherwise, it should be assumed.
It's what it is. Like, I just want to let you know, like, I'm dating other people. Like, you're not the only person. Like, so don't, like, you might not have all my attention. You might not have all of my time. Whatever. Like, because I mean, communication is important. Like, just let them know what your intentions are. And then y'all can go from there. I mean, you don't have to explain it, but I'm going to let you know, like, hey, this is what it is. Take it or leave it. If you don't like it, okay, on to the next one. But I don't see a problem with you dating multiple people until you find that one. Or, I mean, you might not even be looking for that one person. Like, you might just want to date. And I don't see a problem with that. So, I mean, people do it all the time. Men do it all the time. Women do it all the time. So I don't see an issue with it.
I think it's very normal. I think it's how it's supposed to be. I think that it's fair. I think that knowing you're dating other women makes me go harder because I'm going to be like, I'm better. But on some real shit though, I have this conversation with my therapist. I've had this conversation with my therapist several times over the last few years. And she is a big proponent of this for me because I don't do this. I do not do this. I find a person that I'm cool with and I just be cool with them. I get in my bag with them. I get in my pocket with them. I don't have the time, the attention span, the energy for multiple niggas. Like, I don't even care. I have no words because I can't even articulate it. I just do. It's not that I don't think I can do it. It's who has time for that? How do y'all be having energy for that? I barely want to be going out with one of y'all. 3 of y'all? 2 of y'all? Like, no. Like, I barely want to respond to Good Morning Beautiful to one person. You want me to respond to 5? Like, I guess for me it's just like I don't have the energy for that. So if I find somebody that I do like, I have a tendency to kind of just be like, like I'm gonna stick beside him. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, I like him. He has my attention. I'm gonna kind of stay here. And my therapist is always like, just experience multiple guys. Like, even if it's one you really, really like how are you gonna know you really, really like him if you don't give somebody else a chance to like show you something different? I'll be like, you know me. It's so easy to turn me off that when I like you, I'm just going to stick by it because it's like so much easier than even focusing some attention on somebody and them to be like, show me some shit. Like, then I'm just like, I'm going to give y'all an example in a second. But, yeah.
See, that's why I'm surprised you don't date multiple, you don't date
I don't.
Other people because, I mean, I know you don't. But you saying like you get turned off easily. Like, that's why I was like so surprised that you don't, because
I didn't have a roster.
Like,
what you're saying? You want me to get a roster? Okay. I heard you.
Listen, when I was in college, that's what I used to do. I just used to date because I wasn't in a relationship, and it was fun. Like for me, like
it's not fun no more. I'm telling you, the streets are not fun no more. The streets ain't the same as they was in college.
Well, maybe I can't say that.
Like they not the same. For one, niggas be wanting to have sex. The problem is niggas be wanting to have sex.
Oh, you know.
I'm doing a lot of things. But sex, head, anything like that, that's not happening.
And see, I used to ignore those conversations when they came up.
You said what?
I was just like, okay, like when those conversations would come up, I'd be like, oh, okay, like next, like move to the next person.
So currently, it's not a conversation no more. It's an expectation. They think they take you on a little $200-$300 dinner, and I'm supposed to be like busting it wide open, like.
Maybe it was different back then, so maybe
it is. And so men think like, and so it's not fun to date. They be lying for no reason. You don't even know me. You don't have to lie. Like,
I will say you know, right, because like even like when my last long-term relationship ended and I tried like the dating thing, like it was a lie.
You was coming into a lot of liars.
I remember. I was coming into a lot. It was like
of liars.
The fuck are y'all out here lying for? Like
yes, and it was dumb shit that niggas was lying about,
like for no reason. Like,
right. And I have a really, me, I hate to say this, but I have like a bit of a sixth sense in that case. I can pick up on a liar real quick. So we were just talking about somebody earlier today. You said, do you think they lied to you? And I was like, I don't think they're lying to me, but there's other red flags or whatever. But I say all of that to say, like, I don't think you can consider me dating because I
wouldn't call what you.
I'm not dating.
You're not dating right now.
I'm not dating right now. I joked and I said that God gonna have to put him at my door, but he might have to deliver him on my patio and he gonna have to slide the door open, because other than that, I love so hard, y'all, that like at some point you get tired of exuding or giving this much love to people and for it to not work out. At some point you get fucking exhausted, right? So I'm not dating. I'll say that I don't know. I'm not dating.
You're not dating.
But like niggas don't even get my phone number. Like I just know. Like no. But I'll say all that is that like back to the whole original point of like the topic is that like I think that's how it's supposed to go.
Yeah.
My therapist is like very much like that's how it's supposed to be. Like you're supposed to see multiple men and like the best man win. I don't have the time or the energy. First off, I don't remember who I told what I had for breakfast. I don't remember who I told. Like, I don't have it in me. It's just not part of me. I am a lover. I'm a certified lover girl. Okay? I want a relationship. I want to be booed up and cuddled up and taking care of my man and being his only everything. I don't know how to do no in between. I do not know how to date. I do not know how to be.
You don't. Like, you're a relationship
I only know how to be a wife. That's it. When I think about, there are very few things I think I've said this before in this podcast. There are very few things that I thought I was put on this earth to be. But I am 100% sure I was put on this earth to be a wife. Like, even with me not wanting to get married again, I know for a fact that God put me here to be a wife. I love that shit. I love taking care of my man. I love like getting doing your laundry, like putting your lunch together for you, like when you get home, like relax. Like I love all of that. Pouring you a drink. I love all of that. I love everything about loving a man. So how you be in between on that? Like, what do I only pour you a drink when you get home once a week? Like I don't know how to be. And then it's like, if you're keeping my attention, I'm going to text, I'm going to call you, I'm going to do whatever all the time. But then niggas get comfortable with that. And it's like, you got to let them know. But also, like, you do know that, like, this is not, you're going to have to come harder. Like, you can't just do this and you're going to get this from me. So it's very hard for me. So
that's why you got to date multiple people. So, like, okay.
Or I could just mind my business like I'm doing right now. Minding my business. I be in the house bored, sad, and lonely.
And that's why you could be dating multiple people, going on different dates every day of the week. And you got to pay for that shit.
That's ghetto.
It's not ghetto. What's ghetto about it?
I gotta... All right, so can I get a little more deeper? You know I'm an empath. I'm taking on 5. Let's say it's 5 out of 7 days I'm going on a date. I'm taking on 5 energies. That shit would wear me out. It would wear me out. And it's not that I'm intentionally taking on those 5 energies. It's that I can't help it. I don't be like, let me take on their energy. Let me try to like whatever. So it's like this shit is hard. So
Okay,
sometimes
so
it's
have you
good.
talked to your therapist about this, about being an empath?
Some yeah, like in passing, not like in a great deal. Like not in a great deal.
Because I feel like it's something that she can help you through. Like, you know, like.
Yeah, she does. Like, she tells me, like, okay, so one of the biggest things I suffer from is that, like, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. One of my friends recently just really hurt my feelings because they were going through something. I was the first person they called. They called me crying. They called me upset. They called me blah blah blah. And I hadn't really heard from this person since I even moved to Texas. They hadn't been asking me how was my move, how was my life, how was the shit I was going through going, nothing. But they called me and I immediately like was there for them. I don't know nothing else. You know me as a friend. I do put a lot on you, but if you ever need me, I will take it back and I will let you load on me and I'm gonna shut the fuck up and whatever. But I'm very much an impact. So I took on that stress that they were going through and it made me down. I found that I was expounding upon the negative feelings I was already having. So it made me feel sad. I got really, really depressed one day because I'm like, damn, life is just terrible. Like they're going through bad shit. I'm going through bad shit. You got bad shit going on. You got bad shit going on. I'm just like taking on all of that, right? And so my therapist was like, you just have to set boundaries and like when people do that, you gotta be like, yo, I can't do that. And I'm working on it. But like my boundaries are more so just not responding and not answering the phone. I once you got me on the phone, ain't no boundaries. But I can't say like, oh, I'm not in the space to receive. I'm not there yet. I'm not saying I can't say it, but I'm not there yet. So my boundaries is just like just not talking to people or just not communicating because that's easier for me. But yeah, like I talked to her about it some, but it's just it's challenging. Like it's like what can you do if you genuinely do take on people's emotions? Like it's actually hard. And it's like somebody will tell me a story and I'll be sitting here in tears and I just met the person. And it's like that shit sucks, but it's like at the same time, I think that's why I tell you, you know I've told you, there are strangers who have met me one time and they will pour their hearts out to y'all. And I appreciate y'all for some of y'all listen to the podcast. But there are some people who I only know through social media or I've only met one time in person. And they feel some sort of connection with me, my energy or whatever, that they come to me about their life problems. And I'm not talking about no little basic life problems like, I don't know if I should get married. How did you know that this person was the one? Or how did you know it's time for you to get divorced? How do you leave a relationship? What do you do? And I was like, what makes y'all think I know? And I don't know what image or whatever, because I'm not trying to give off an image or anything. I'm very authentically me, Ivy. I think you can attest to this. The person I am on social media is who I am in real life. But I don't know what image or what ideal y'all are getting from me on social media that makes people feel like I have the ability to have this ability to give advice because I don't be fucking knowing. I be just waking up every day like, all right, God, what's next? Like, I don't really know. I just be trying to figure out as I go along too, right? So I'm very much touched that people think that about me, but at the same time, you know, people have to realize that probably part of the reason that they get that from me is because I am an empath, because I do take on those emotions, I do take on that sort of feeling, and I am able to make you feel like I can understand you because I try to. So I mean, I say all that to say that, like, for me, dating, that is also part of the problem is that, like, too many energies in my energy will throw my whole shit off. So for me, it's like, and like I told you, my biggest thing, I'm not even scared. Y'all, I'm gonna just say, I'm scared because if these niggas want sex, they gonna be disappointed because I'm not doing it. And I'm not even scared of sex, don't get me wrong. I just don't even want them to think that you spending $60 in drinks on me is going to make me be doing something crazy. I would rather just be at home drinking by myself or take myself out to the bar and spend my own little $60. It's like, that's the shit that I'm talking about. And I feel like men are very entitled now. It's like, because there are women who are like, oh, you bought me drinks? Oh my God. Like, I'm about to go home and home. No. First off, you're not going to know where I live. You're not going home with me. Like, it's been one person in my apartment since I moved here, and that's been my friend that I've known. We known Jima for what, 3-4 years now? That's it. I don't want your energy in my space. Like, this space to me is so zen and so protected. This is my safe haven. No, you're not coming up in here fucking on my energy. I gotta sage my whole shit down, get some crystals out. No, we're not doing that. So for me, I just don't even, it's like easier to just, I'm just being honest. Like, I don't want to have to sprinkle holy water all over my house. I don't want to have to do that. So I just feel like keep you out of my space, keep you out of my energy, keep you out of my life. So for me, dating is not fun. Like, I think that, like, in theory, like, yeah, you should go out and have dinner and just have a good time, but that's not how these men are these days that I've experienced. Like, I haven't been dating, like, outwardly dating, recently, like that, where I'm going out on dates. But from what I remember in the past, no, they want to be kissing after the date. Do not kissing me.
Dating can be fun with the right people, but that's the thing. You gotta find the right person.
Dating is ghetto. Like,
Okay, yeah.
yeah,
I
you
don't
don't
have it in
know,
me. I don't
but
have it in me either because
no,
I'm just too
I
much of a
just
homebody. Like, trying to get me out the house is just too much. It's like, unless like we already have a relationship, like
exactly.
I don't want to go out the house. Like, I don't want to leave my
So, but
comfort
you want me
zone.
to be out here in the streets by myself, but you don't want to be on the streets. You wouldn't do it if you was me.
You're more
See how y'all?
outgoing than, but now you're more outgoing than I am. I'm not. I'm not an outgoing person. Like,
Now I can shut people off too. I
you
might
can,
when I'm in my mood,
but
I don't have to do this with people, and I don't really be wanting to. Like, even being out here and meeting like different women and stuff, I'm even cautious to meeting different women. Like,
yeah, you
girl,
definitely gotta be
no.
careful of them because they the biggest snakes.
Exact, and I'm not doing that. Like, I just need somebody close to me to move out here so I can have some sort of relationships, because this is I don't I have one friendship, like a one real friendship out here. And I've known her for several years through another friend, and we hung out with her when we was in Houston before or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But like, and thank God for her, because otherwise I can't imagine having moved here and had, I mean, I don't have a lot of people, but like, she's not a close friend, y'all. By the way, she's like a friend that we've known, but not like that. So we're building
Yeah.
a friendship throughout all this process. Like, if I had come out here completely by myself, I would be right in Atlanta with you, like, hey, I'm gonna just pay my rent in Houston. I'm gonna just live here. Like, I literally, like, but I'm getting more comfortable with the city and stuff. But I do think that, like, in general, that sounds good. But I think that, like, I don't have the energy. And I'm gonna also be honest with y'all. I've had to, this is a little deep, so I'm just gonna go there real quick. I've had to do a lot of self exploration lately because I'm in a space where I have a lot of extra time and a lot of extra energy to pour into me. And I've been trying to really do that with intention. And I've talked to y'all a little bit about me having ADHD up here. I talked to y'all about me trying to take the medication, and just how it didn't work for me because it made me really tired, which is the exact opposite of what Adderall is supposed to do for you. And then I took another medication and did the same thing. So my therapist is really big on non-medication, but learning how to live your life as a person that has ADHD. And I struggle a lot because, like, I don't realize the ways that it affects my life on the day to day. And one of those things that I realized is that, like, having, like, I have a lot of typos when I type. It's just what it is.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I had a conversation with her, and she was like, that's part of your ADHD. You don't have the ability to focus beyond like the immediate. And so, like, I get so frustrated with myself because I'm like, clearly I write for a living, right? Like, duh, y'all know I do that. But I do that with the mindset of, like, this is more thoughtful. I'm super, super careful with what I write for work because I know, like, Brittany, you have to not be perfect, but be as close to perfect as you can be. And so for me, I'm learning, like, a lot about how to be a person living by yourself with very limited distractions, like outside of your own brain, that has ADHD. And it's made me realize that, like, so much of who I am is like on super hypersensitive right now. Like, I'm super sensitive to any little distraction because I don't have anyone walking around in the background. Justin isn't here DJing. Justin isn't here cooking. You know what I'm saying? I don't have any of those things that I'm like, okay, something's always going on. So any little thing, like a flicker of my candle, I'll be like, what's that? Like, it's like a child. So I'm really learning to how to, like, live by myself, be by myself, and how to try to function as a person that has ADHD without being on medication, without having a plan for my life as to how I'm gonna exactly function with that. So, I mean, it's challenging. I feel like I have so many adjustments going on right now. I'm in a new city. I'm trying to really learn how to not be like, I don't want to be ashamed of myself. Like, I'm not stupid. Like, if I have typos, I want to be like, I'm not dumb. And I know I'm not dumb, but it's just like, I literally cannot focus. It has taken me weeks. I have a wedding that's coming up in 2 weeks, and it's taken me weeks to send a simple email that should have been sent weeks ago because I can't find the energy. I can't find the focus to send the email. So I say all that to say, like, it's a lot to add dating in the mix of that. And then you want me to have, not saying you specifically, but like, life expects me to have multiple partners and all that, then I'm gonna have multiple niggas texting me, and it's like then that's gonna be throwing me off more. No, 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 no. I need to sit here and be minding my business. And I gotta be cautious because the first sign of a nigga that's like decent, I'll be ready to jump into a relationship. And I'm not really ready to jump into a relationship. I'm not. But as soon as a nigga is just halfway decent, halfway like, okay, I can do this. But I'm forcing myself this time to just be like, nope. If it's supposed to be, it's gonna be. If it's not gonna be, it's not gonna be. You don't have to force nothing. You don't have to jump into nothing. Life will happen as it happens. But I'm actually I said I was lonely, so I'm not gonna lie. I am lonely sometimes, but I thank you because I've been relying on you a lot. I call you a lot more now because
we
I don't
talk a lot more.
Yeah, we talk a lot more now. And it's not because I didn't want to talk to you before, but it was like, I had somebody else right there to talk to, right? So it was like I didn't say now, you're the person I pick the phone when I talk to. So we talk a lot more now, but like I really have been trying to spend time to just say, like, it's okay to sit with yourself. Mm-hmm. It's okay to just process your feelings. It's okay to feel lonely. Like, that's okay. Like, those are all parts of, readjusting to a new lifestyle. It's a part of adjusting to living in a city where you don't know anybody. And I'm like, at the end of the day, I'll get back to a better space or whatever. But I don't know that dating is beneficial to me right now. And I think there's so much power in that because in the past, in these spaces, I jumped to be like, okay, let me go date. Let me go see what this, and that's just a Band-Aid. And I don't want to be a Band-Aid ass bitch. I want to be a fulfilled, whole woman. Mm-hmm. Like, that when I'm ready to do that, I'll do that. So for right now, I'm just like, all right, like, I'm cool. I'm doing whatever.
Good, though. Like, I'm proud of you because
thank you.
I haven't seen this side, like this Brittany, like this Brittany
all I
just
do
like
is be in relationships.
Yeah, because like since I've known you, you've always been in a relationship. And I mean, like, your relationships are typically long term, so it's not like you out here like dating a nigga for 6 months here and there. Like, none of the relationships are long term. But it's like that's all I've known. I've just known like marriage Brittany, relationship Brittany. That's all I've known. So to actually see you, just being able to like just sit with yourself and get to know yourself and heal yourself, it's like, wow, like, okay, like I get to see a different side of you. Like, I like
mm-hmm. it. I'm trying. So we'll see. Like, I don't know what that means for me, but I'm excited. I'm like, maybe I'll be like a super boss ass bitch after all of this. I mean, I'm already a boss ass bitch, but maybe I'll be like a super boss ass bitch after all of this. But I'm excited. I'm excited for this space because I think women, sometimes we try to like, or just people, when they go through shit, they be trying to like mask it with like partying and drinking and all of that. I've been trying to pour into myself. I've been trying to work out. I've been trying to eat better. I've been trying to get my skin together because my skin ain't been acting right. I've been trying to do all of that, like, because at the end of the day, I'm going to be sitting with these feelings. I'm going to process these feelings. And when I get on the other side, I'm going to be unfuckwittable. Yeah. Like, I'm going to be super unmoved. Like, you're going to have to really come hard for me to really be, interested. And I think that's important because at the end of the day, you want to be in a space where you're so happy with yourself that anybody that comes into your space is truly benefiting, like they're bringing something additional that you don't already have. And I think that as people it's like as people we don't always have that. It's like sometimes you be letting people in because you be feeling empty, and I'm like, I want to be full, and you just you top that tank off, you just fill that tank to the top. And so that's just kind of how I feel about it. But I don't even know how we got there, but I was gonna do favorite things, but I haven't thought about anything. Have you?
No, not really. I mean, all right, so if you really want to do it, but
yeah, I had something in my head earlier today, but I cannot remember what it was. I'm trying to think. Like,
I think like I was gonna do. We kind of touched on it earlier. Was the Black Girls Gone podcast, and the reason I was gonna do that is because it highlights women of color, and like their murders or their disappearances, whatever. Like, because. Let's talk about it for a second. Like, so this whole Gabby Petito, situation was truly saddening. It was, everyone was like kind of invested in it because the mainstream media blew it up. Mm-hmm. In the midst of that, a lot of people are speaking out and saying like, okay, but what about these thousands of, black girls that have gone missing just within the last, the last few months of this year or whatever.
Pause real quick. Why does it say you're offline? What does it say at the bottom of yours?
Nothing.
It doesn't. So it shows like everything. Like it
Yeah, it's
says Brittany.
moving. It says
Okay, cool. It
Brittany.
says
It
you're
says it's
offline. That's fine.
beforehand.
Okay, keep going. I'm sorry.
But like people have been like highlighting like, okay, but what about all these other black women or these indigenous women? So I like this podcast because it highlights those crimes or against these women of color. So I would say that would be my favorite thing for the week, just to bring light to missing women, children, and even she mainly does women. I don't think she has any men on her show, but there are a lot of missing black men or men of color that are missing as well. So I just wanted to bring that up and just highlight that, because I think it's important that we try and focus on that versus what the media
The same old stuff. You know what we could do? Maybe once a month we'll have a segment where we bring light to, like a little mini segment where we just talk about somebody that's missing, a black woman, a black girl, a black person, because I think men are important too. I'm sure I don't know a lot of stories of black men going missing.
Yeah, because there's one now, I think his name is Jelani. Like he's a graduate student. He went missing, I want to say in August of this year. And now his parents are like petitioning like the Chicago Police Department to and the FBI to investigate his case. I hadn't heard of his case until recently.
I wonder if that's the one I just saw the other day. I mean, just saw earlier today.
It probably is. And I think it's getting a lot more attention now because a lot of people are starting to post it on social media.
I don't see her page, but one of my Instagram friends had posted something about it, and I was looking at it. But maybe we'll make that like some sort of a segment that we can do monthly, where we choose one each every other month. And try to highlight it, because it's a part of us. It's a big part of us. We love true crime. Like we're really into that. So I think that would be like an interesting thing to do.
Because I mean, like I hadn't heard of like a lot of these cases, so it's like if we can highlight it and bring awareness and attention to it, I think that would be great.
I think so too.
Because there's not a lot like outside of this black girl going podcast. Like she's the only.
Crime Junkie does it from time to time, but it's not.
Yeah, but I was just gonna say, like, she's like the only like black podcaster that I've heard talking about it. Right. Crime Junkie, they'll talk about them here and there, but I don't think they get highlighted enough. And I mean, they try to do it as best as they can.
They can. I agree. I think they make a genuine effort to do it, but I mean, yeah. But
we far from detectives or anything like that. I mean, we should probably work for the FBI with our investigative skills, but
because if we get a nigga first name, no last name, and just a city or a job or something,
you just tell me
which one of our friends did we find out? One of our friends, we got a first name and where he worked at, and we went and found like his whole life. It was a few years ago, but I forgot. I remember who it is. I'll text you later and tell you who it was.
Okay.
You're not with him no more. But yeah, like we are investigative, but if we had the right tools at our hands, if the FBI would just let us get our hands on their tools, we might could solve some of this. Because yes, I don't have a favorite thing, y'all. I'm gonna be honest. This is simple, and I don't even have it yet, but I'm just looking forward to getting my iPhone 13 Pro.
Oh, okay, yeah.
This 11 Pro has been, look at my phone, it's dry. Y'all be saying I be having niggas where the niggas, because it's dry.
She just got her notifications turned off. No. Don't let her fool you.
I don't have no damn it's not on no do not disturb. I just be minding my business. It's the best way to mind it. It's just to mind your own. But I have been having so much trouble with my iPhone 11 Pro. My GPS does not work. I don't get notifications, but that's not why my phone don't have notifications right now. No, I don't. I do not have no notifications, y'all. Look at my phone. Look at it. I don't have nothing up here. Y'all see it's dry. Anyway, you know what it is? Grandma, okay? Let me just, okay. So, anyhow, that's funny. Anyhow, yeah, I'm just looking forward to having a new iPhone. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I have never waited. Ivy will tell you I get a new phone every year. I don't give a damn. Last year I didn't get a new phone because I was like, what's the point? We're in the house. I don't need no new phone. This phone's been working fine. the battery be draining low on this phone. I have to like literally go everywhere with the battery or my charger, or on low power mode. My GPS does not work at all anymore. I don't get notifications. Like it's just it'll freeze up on me. I was trying to call my friends on a group FaceTime last week. It came through on my computer, on my iPad, but it would not pick up on my phone. And then after all the times, and then I tried to call them on it, it kept freezing up. They're like, we're here, we're here. I couldn't see them. Then I went back and looked at my missed call log, and all of the FaceTimes was there. But it never rang. It was the weirdest thing. So I say all of that to say I'm looking forward to having some faith in this 13 Pro. I know you don't believe in getting iPhones when they first come out.
I'm gonna get one. I'm gonna get it though.
I
think I'm gonna get it. Yeah, because I haven't upgraded either. I have an 11 Pro, and I just bought Milan the 12 Pro. Like, I can't have her having a newer phone than me. No, but that's not the reason I'm getting it. But
mine will be here Friday.
I think it's about time for me to upgrade my phone because my phone has been tripping as well. So I was like, I think I'm gonna get the 13 Pro.
I ordered it on Friday.
I usually
right
don't
on time.
get them as soon as they come out, but I probably will. I probably won't get it September ain't, but it's about to end, so I'll probably get it next month.
Yeah. Girl, I ordered mine on Friday. I had an alarm clock set for the time.
So when is it released?
It comes out, it'll be delivered Friday. So they pre-released, the pre-sale went on sale last Friday, and everybody who ordered the original batch of pre-sale should get their phones on Friday. So I already got my tracking number. Verizon has already sent it and said it will be here Friday.
Yeah, they said I wouldn't get mine till I think the 28th or the 5th, so.
Okay. Yeah, my friend Ty just ordered his yesterday. He said he'll get his the 1st. So
yeah. Did you get it any particular color? Or?
I got the silver because it looked white, and I was gonna get the baby blue, but I was scared that if I got the baby blue, it was not gonna get to me as quickly as I wanted to. Girl, I was on there, but the Apple website froze. I ended up ordering it through Verizon because their website went faster. But it wasn't no joke. People trying to get them phones, and so one of my friends had made me feel like the baby blue was going to sell out quicker and I was going to have to wait longer if I ordered that one. So I didn't get it. So I got the silver because I didn't have the green one for the longest, but you wouldn't even know my phone was green because I keep a case on it. So I was like, ain't no point in me getting no blue phone. Ain't nobody ever going to see it anyway. So I was like, I just got the silver because it looked white and I thought that looked kind of cool. So what color are you thinking about getting?
I probably do the gold. Just typically do the silver. Not the silver, if they have a rose gold, I usually do that or just the gold. So I probably just do the gold.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't done gold before, but I love the black. I always love black or the dark gray.
My work phone is black, so I'd be trying to stay away from.
So you don't get them confused.
Yeah. It's an older iPhone, but it's still black. And sometimes, I'll even, it'll be sitting there because I have this privacy screen on my phone. Sometimes I get them mixed up because it just looks black, so I'll just do something.
But this has been a long ass podcast. We haven't done one this long in a while.
No, we haven't. They on 2 hours.
I know, over 2 hours. So you got to call Milan back because you told her he was gonna call her back.
Well, it's 10 o'clock, so I can't call her back.
Oh, that's right. Oh, I'm an hour behind. That's right. I forgot. I was like,
now, so
I thought you had a couple of minutes. Okay, I thought you had a couple of minutes. So damn. Well, this has been a fun episode. I enjoyed this, y'all. God willing, I'm going to get this to Rasan tonight, and then we'll have an episode for y'all Monday, and we will do our best to stay back on track, assuming that life stays the way that it should stay. I hope that y'all enjoyed my favorite things video. My favorite things video is getting a lot of traction. I'm like, yeah, you were watching.
I got to watch the full thing. I haven't watched it all the way through yet, but I was this girl is crazy. I was laughing at your ass. I was like, I can't.
If I had to get the people the real tea, look, if y'all can be out here ordering stuff, it has to be real. But y'all check my Skims tutorial, my Skims review out. I showed y'all my panties and bras on the internet. I never thought I could do something like that before, so I did. But yeah, I had to keep it real with y'all. So I hope y'all enjoyed that. But with that being said, y'all, we haven't seen this in a while, but comment, subscribe. We released our merch for the first time this time last year.
Yes, we did.
Mine too. So we are going to do some new merch for y'all. I promise y'all. I just got to get with a graphic designer. We're going to get y'all straight. We're going to have some new fresh merch. We're coming up on 2 years next month. Can you believe it? I can't.
It does not feel 2 years.
It doesn't. We're going to find a way to celebrate. We're going to find a way to celebrate. We're going to find a way to celebrate.
A live episode.
I wish we could. We're going to figure out something. I'm going to get us. There's a podcast recording studio by my house we can walk to. So we can rent it out maybe for a day and maybe do a live
Okay,
episode. Yeah, so we can maybe figure that out. That would be really dope, especially, once you get here. So I'm looking
and
forward to that.
kind of I like make it more like interactive for our fans. Like maybe like
Yes,
have them
yes.
call in and that'd
I
be
love
dope.
that. Okay, well, y'all, the wheels are turning in our head. We're gonna come up with something.
Yeah.
With that being said, y'all, thanks for listening. Like, comment, subscribe, all
And
that stuff.
share.
We appreciate y'all, and we got y'all another episode coming soon.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.